This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome into PSP's coverage of Friday Night Football. They say all the greats come north here at the Minot Air Force Base, and we will find out. As the #1 team in the state for AA football, the Minot North Sentinels will defend home turf here at the First Western Bank Field, but a tough foe comes in, the Red River Rough Riders. What a night for the greatest game in American history football. My name is Dallas Hansen, alongside the great, the powerful Corey McIver. Corey, welcome in. How are we doing?
We're doing great here. I'm glad to be here with you, Dallas. And yeah, another beautiful night of football here in North Dakota. Just you probably couldn't ask for a better night. Nice little breeze. We had some rain that came through this morning, kind of cooled things off a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a nice evening for football, not just here at Minot North, but we got games all over the area that PSP is covering here. So we're in store for a good one here with, like you said, Minot North number one team in their division here. The Rough Riders from Grand Forks Red River coming into town, and it's going to be a good matchup. Exciting to see how things transpire here in the next couple hours.
Well, Corey, something you don't see always is a team that's in their second year as a program, and all of a sudden, boom, they're number one ranked team in the state. But that's the deal with Minot North. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was telling you here before we went on the air that Owen Patterson and I covered a lot of Minot North's home games, actually all of them except one last year. And we kind of said the same thing too about their program last year. They were, a brand new program to the, first year of varsity and made it all the way to the semifinals last year, and now number one ranking here a couple weeks in a row, and just been able to sustain the same things they did last year carried over to this year. They lost a few pieces, but they were able to fill those pieces with guys that had got some experience last year too. So it's one of those things where if it's not broke, don't fix it type thing. But for Minot North and Coach Holman and his staff, so I mean it's kind of a well-oiled machine even 2 years into a brand new program.
You've been listening to our Valve and Instant Oil Change pregame show. This is your locally owned oil change headquarters. 25 years of Lundins, taking care of people locally actually matters to most folks, and the Lundins want to take care of you at Valve and Instant Oil Change. And listen to this. All oil change are typically performed in 15 minutes or less. How about that, Corey? You can't beat that, so we appreciate Valve and Instant Oil Change. Let's talk a little bit about Red River, who this has been a weird trail for them so far this year. First game didn't go so well, but then they right the ship and they win that game too. So now they're 1-1. But now, hey, guess what? Drive all the way up to Minot and face the number one team.
Yeah, you look at Red River and I talked a little bit about before we went on the air. Talking with some people that I know that live in Grand Forks and some family that live on the eastern part of the state, and talking about Red River and they lost a lot of guys, a big senior class last year, and that played quite a bit, and so they didn't have a whole lot of guys as far as playing experience that are going to be back this year. So they're young in that aspect, that the experience level isn't quite the same as it was last year. So that's going to be a challenge, especially going up against a team like Minot North, and being able to counterbalance some of the attacks in different ways that North is going to attack this Red River defense, and kind of the defensive fronts and things that they're going to show Red River, and the youth, and how much can the youth and inexperience kind of harden the hurt the Rough Riders, and what can Minot North be able to do to exploit some of those mismatches.
Spot on. Well, how did Minot North get to 2-0? You might be asking. Well, first off, they played at Williston, and they won that game 41-0. Pretty good way to start the season. And then they traveled to Fargo South, and they won 28-7. And I talked to Coach Holman a little bit on Thursday. One thing he said was, Dallas, we were nervous about that road trip because we didn't handle road trips last year. Yep. This year, the difference he sees in the team is how they handle road trips, daily practice. He said the road trip, we treated it like a business trip. We went down there, handled business against a good team. Yep. You win convincingly, like 28-7, and that's a good sign if you're a Minot North fan.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at their compare their schedule from last year to this year. They had a lot of home games last year. And now this year they're on the road quite a bit, and so how do you handle, especially those long road trips? A good example would be Red River coming all the way from the eastern part of the state out here to Minot, and yeah, it's only 3.5 hour trip, but still you're on a bus for 3+ hours, and you're probably leaving a little earlier than you normally would do, and your routine might be a little out of sync, but. How do you handle those long road trips, and how do you get your team, going physically after sitting on a bus for so long and getting off and getting going? And the big thing is getting out to the field, get up and down, do some jogging. When I got here tonight, I saw Red River was out here warming up, getting, throwing the ball around, just getting used to the atmosphere and getting used to the field. And I could see, I can see Minot North kind of doing the same thing when they're on the road as well. So getting used to the environment is the big thing. And then naturally, once the coin's flipped and the ball's kicked off, then it's all second nature. Then it should be. So we're going to see some rust maybe early on from Red River, just getting used to being being out on the field here after the road trip like that. But again, it's going to be back and forth, and the team that probably makes the least amount of mistakes is probably going to come out with a victory.
You've been listening to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change with locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's an instant game changer and an instant oil change. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Let's take a look at our standings so far here in AA football in the great state of North Dakota. We've got number 1 in the West, as we talked about, Minot North at 2-0. But, hey, take a look at the East. Grand Forks Central 2-0 as well. And Kindred, a team that's always been there, it seems like, 2-0 as well. But the West packs a punch. And under first-year head coach Tiger Fry down there in Dickinson for the Mavericks now. New nickname. It's the Dickinson Mavericks. 1-1. Watford City showing some improvement as well. And just going down that list. But there's something to say about the East and the power they have.
Yeah, it just seems like the eastern part of the state doesn't matter. Football, basketball, hockey is always, hockey seems to be the powerhouse of the East. But yeah, there's good teams. You look good teams statewide there too. And I'm really interested to see how Kindred, how they can, after moving up from 11A into the AA, obviously it doesn't show, it doesn't really show any signs of a drop off there. So that's kind of interesting to see a team being able to move up a division and still stay as competitive as they were when they were single A last year. So the eastern part always seems like in the past they've always seemed to be the teams that people focus on, and it's nice to see that some of those eyes are kind of turning a little bit more to the West, and the teams in the West say, hey, we're just as good as the teams in the East, and Minot North is going to be willing to go out and show that they can compete with anybody. It doesn't matter if they come from the East or the North or the South, they're going to be able to compete a little bit.
Well said, Corey. Look at this guy. And hey, congratulations on the job, man.
Thank you.
I just learned that tonight. Head coach
Appreciate it.
Of the South Prairie girls basketball team. That's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. All right, let's do some things to watch tonight, and this is very interesting. Look at this stat, all right? Defense wins championships, right, Corey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so West, we got right now Horace 10.3, Fargo North 14.3, Jamestown 16.8. And then you see in small lettering is Minot North's points per game, 3.5. I mean, this is a defense to write home about.
Absolutely, and people will look at that and say, yeah, we played 2 games, but still, if that's a good precursor. and I know Coach Holman, the style of play he likes. They like to run the football, and they like to play defense. And if you can run the football and you can chew up the clock and you can keep the opposing offensive unit on the sideline and you can just beat them up defensively and force 3 and outs and just get that ball back and have long sustaining drives where you're able to run the football and move the ball and keep that clock chewing. That 3 point whatever points a game, that's just gonna stay there, and it's gonna take a good ball club to force Minot North to play some defense and be able to put some points on the board.
Coach Holman chews gum and he chews the clock up with the offense. When we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, we want to remind everybody it's Friday Night Football Frenzy. PSP Network is going for a record. That's right, a record 5 games in one night. West Fargo at Minot High. Owen Patterson, Bryce Skutnek, our good friends, are on that call. Shanley versus Bismarck. It's going to be another interesting game. That's fantastic. I mean, that's 1 versus 2. And then you got Davies and Legacy, and then us, Red River and Minot North. And how about a little A action here? Botno versus Velva. We were talking about that one. That's going to be great.
That is good. I ran into Coach Weidler at Shields over this past weekend after their game last week, and he's on their way home. He was already watching film on Botno, and I've got my in-law family lives up in Botno, so they're excited about the start to their season as well. So that's going to be a good game if you've got capabilities of watching multiple games.
Get the iPad out
on the PSP network. Yeah. Go ahead and get as many of those things on, because that Velva Botno game I think is going to be a good one.
Oh, 1,000%. And the best news is, Corey, you can watch them all for free. Just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's PSP Network. If you're looking for our scheduled events, it's psp.network. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, my favorite part of the pregame show, the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, it's Corey McIver's keys to the game. We'll be back after a short break.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
We are here at a beautiful campus. That's Minot North High School, First Western Bank Field. My name is Dallas Sanson alongside Corey McIver. You're listening to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. Find them in Minot, North Dakota, and Bismarck, North Dakota. It's time, Corey. Are you ready for our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game? Make sure you check out Northern Plains Heating and Air. Winter is on its way, so it's time to check out that furnace and make sure she's ready to go for some cold days and some cold nights. Call Dylan at 222-2155. New installation upgrades and all your furnace and AC needs. Again, call Dylan at Northern Plains Heating and Air. That's 222-2155. Tonight's key to the game for Red River is?
I would say that the big thing for Red River is, you know, can they use some of that lack of experience, some of that youth, and can they apply that to some limited success? And I shouldn't say limited, but success a little bit at a time. Yeah. You know, don't expect the big home run ball right away. You know, see if you can have some little pieces of success and use some of that to your advantage a little bit. Maybe capitalize on a mistake here or two. Maybe if you can force a turnover early or some big play that can provide a spark for you for Red River. But the big thing too, coming off a long road trip and just being able to knock off some of the rust early and just get into the flow of the game and just get the feeling out and try to, like I said, those small successes that you can have and see if you can build those up a little bit.
Now for the number one team in the state, Minot North Sentinels. What are we going to see?
Well, I always liked, like I said, we watched a lot of their games last year, and they do a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And I would probably say that was another thing that Coach Holman, probably stressed to his guys is, well, let's control that line of scrimmage. Let's chew up the clock on offense, run the ball, do our bread and butter. The things that we do well, let's continue to do them. And if we also can capitalize on some mistakes, the turnover battle, whichever team can win that turnover battle, has a pretty good chance of winning the ball game. So I see Minot North being able to take care of the line of scrimmage. And the big thing too is, and Coach Holman probably would attest to it, you don't want to take an opponent lightly, no matter who they are. Could be the number 2 team in the state, could be number 1 team in the state somewhere else. But you don't want to take that opponent lightly, because the minute you do, they're going to be able to capitalize on something, and then you give them some motivation.
Is that Corey McIver and John Madden here? This is amazing. Good points. That was our Keys to the Game brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Again, call Dylan at 222-2155. We are gearing up right now for the Star Spangled Banner, a tribute to the greatest country in the world, that is the United States of America. It was very unique yesterday at the volleyball game here at Minot North. They had a military night to celebrate all the beautiful men and women that give us a chance to do what we get to do tonight, Corey, and that's express our freedom, get to watch a football game, volleyball game, whatever it might be, and just want everybody to know here from the PSP family how much we appreciate our armed forces. Just waiting for Red River to get ready to come out here for the national anthem. It's going to be, there's a pleasant surprise, Corey, we just learned about for the game next week here at North. We can't say any secrets here, but it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, so we'll give it up to the PA here for a little bit.
Between the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders and your Minot North Sentinels. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem performed by the Minot North Sentinel Band, directed by Jeremy Minert. The plays will be presented by the Minot High School Air Force JROTC. The color guard detail is commanded by Cadet Second Lieutenant Isabella Lockram. Please stay at attention and silent until the flags have been retired.
That is what it's all about. Fantastic job by the Minot North Band. You've been listening to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely service that won't slow you down. Oil service changes done in about 15 minutes or less. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. It is time for some Friday Night Lights. When we come back, kickoff here from Minot North. We got the coin toss going on here. How about that brand new intro video that Nick Holberg and the crew did for PSP Network? Fantastic job. Let's listen in here as we've got our officials talking. So Minot North has won the toss. They're going to kick. There is a little bit of a wind here up in North Minot. Not too bad though, Corey, would you say?
No, I think, like I said, I think it's a perfect evening for a mid-September night here, Friday night for football, and knowing full well that in a week or a day, the temperature can change because we are, we do live in North Dakota, so we could go through, all 4 seasons in one day if we really wanted to. So, but yeah, just a gorgeous night for football, and the fans are starting to come in here, trickle in a little bit. So it's going to be a great atmosphere for football here tonight.
We're going to listen to our PA announcers. We have starting lineups here coming from First Western Bank Field at Minot North. Red River is choosing to come out as one. We were talking about in the pregame, little Bill Belichick style. So Red River just coming out as one, no individual. They're coming out as a team. You got to respect that. I like it.
And for your Minot North Sentinels, starting at defense, number 52, a senior, Andreas number 66, a junior,
So the Minot North Sentinels going with their defense to try to set the tone here, and they get the nod at the starting lineups. But we look at this team, the running back position is so important for the Sentinels. One of their best backs, Deadman, last season, hurts his knee. Still hasn't come back yet this year, but I've heard through the grapevine he had a lot of practice time this week. We could see him tonight. We also heard about Harrison Schaefer, who played a lot throughout the season so far. He gets hurt, so now there's some depth issues at the main component of your game.
Yeah, and the nice thing that we noticed last year doing their games is Coach Holman did a good job of late in games, when the score was kind of when the game was set and pretty much in hand, he did a great job of rotating guys in. So we got some experience last year in some games, and when guys needed a break or something, he wasn't afraid to throw in some guys. And really, does the aspect of the game, the dynamic of the game kind of changes a little bit depending on the running style of those guys. But it is kind of a nice little compliment. You got the power run game with Berg and Deadman, and then you can get some speedier guys back there, some slashers that can take care of business as well.
We are set for kickoff. We appreciate Valve Lace and Oil Change for the pregame show, Northern Plains Heating and Air for the Corey's Keys to the game. But it is time. As you see here, your BNC National Bank scoreboard, we are set for kickoff here at Minot North. The Sentinels will send it away to Red River. The Rough Riders with the red helmets and the white jerseys. Sentinels in the all blue. We are off. This kick goes very deep. Going to have a chance to return, and they will. Makes a nice cut to the left-hand side up to the 25, 26-yard line, we'll say, but a good start there for the Rough Riders, who will trot out their offense. Interesting offense here. We see a little bit of pistol. We see a little bit of shotgun under center. A little bit of everything. Mixed bag here for head coach Muir. Yeah,
you take a look at these offenses. These high school offenses kind of take a page out of the pros and the colleges. What formations and stuff work well at those levels, and it seems to trickle down to the high school level as well.
Reese Walters, the quarterback for Red River. Going with twins right, one to his left. Got some action early on. So our second play of scrimmage is going to be some laundry on the field.
Yeah, nice job there by Red River, realizing that Minot North might try to be a little more aggressive on that especially that first series on defense. Everybody's kind of amped up a little bit. Home opener, you're ready to go, ready to get after it, and great job by Red River to kind of catch Minot North off guard there.
Noah Brandvolt, another running back for Red River to watch, and they will give it to Brandvolt. He's going to make a nice cut there. Tries to get a couple yards, but after that 5-yard penalty, getting a first down is pretty easy now. It's going to be 2nd and 3, I believe.
Yeah, great job there. Just nice little zone run scheme, just kind of trying to pick up as many yards as you can, and a nice manageable 2nd down here.
Again, Twins right, one to his left. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Look at the wheels on Reese Walters, but he's smacked up. Good job there by the Sentinels. A host of defenders. Andres Good was one of them in there.
Yeah, great job there. Just zone read. Looked like he was going to try to maybe do a little J.J. McCarthy action there from Monday night. Great job there by the linebacker Berg, kind of recognizing that and stepping up and snuffing that thing out a little bit here, and to bring up a 3rd down. And this is big here now for Red River. They want to kind of keep this momentum going here a little bit, try to pick up this 1st down.
A player to watch on that defense for the Sentinels, number 81, Dawson Leatham, just a sophomore. So again, here we go, I formation under center. Hand it right off to who other? And their star running back is Brandvold. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. So right off the bat, the Rough Riders trying to maybe do a little bit impersonation of the Sentinels here, running the football a lot.
Yeah, good job. Good pick up there by Brandvold. Yeah, they're going to turn around, and they're going to go a little hurry up, no huddle offense, or try to get keep Sentinels from subbing quite a bit.
It's going to be running back's going to make a nice move. Brandvold's on the carry, gets 2 yards, so not too bad. But it's nice to have these easy 2nd downs. Maybe take a shot. You got 7 to go, or maybe up the middle again. But we haven't seen pass yet. It's very weird. And we have a quarterback mix-up too now, because checking back into the game is Reese Walters, and we just saw number 13. That was Noah Iverson at quarterback. So the Rough Riders playing little tricks here. Shotgun formation. Another run here. Brandvold, but he's stuffed. How about that tackle, Corey?
Yeah, Evan Berg could just kind of recognize from that middle linebacker spot. So saw that gap and just shot right away. That's you try to teach those linebackers. They just kind of go with the flow, and when they can find that sliver, they just explode through there. So a good backfield tackle there by Berg.
3rd and 7 now for the Rough Riders. Important first drive of the game. 9:47 left here, still in the 1st quarter. The side that we are on, the crowd is full, and they are proud of their Sentinels. A little bit of a weird snap there. Nobody home, as it looked like it might have been a wrong route.
Yeah, it looked like it did. It looked like Walters was kind of had the hands up, looking like there might have been some miscommunication as far as what the route that receiver was supposed to run. But it all kind of the timing maybe was all kind of off with that high snap and that in the shotgun formation there. So that's something that I think the center and Walters are going to have to get together with and just kind of work on that a little bit to kind of get that snap down a little quicker.
Appreciate Ryan Family Dealership sponsoring our instant replay for 50 years. Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com. We got a fake here. Oh, my heavens. Look at the fake punt. Keep going. It's Iverson. Did he get it? What a great play call on the road, and you call a fake punt while the announcer's doing an ad read. Matthew Dosh.
That's pretty close, and I think he did pick it up just by a little bit. So that's a huge play. A huge momentum swing by Red River, and whether that was designed or not, the snap was looking a little low, and when he looked up, he may have got one of those things from the coach saying, hey, if it looks like you can get it, go ahead and go, and he did a great job of picking that thing up just by maybe a half a yard or something, picking up that first down, but a huge gain. Huge get there by Red River here, and now let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, Matthew Dosh now coming in to play quarterback, 6'3" senior, 200 pounds. Excellent job running the football there. He fakes. Dosh is going to throw. He's going to go deep. It's Dosh time. Can he get the guy wide open? Oh, double coverage. Good job by the safety to come over, but no dice as they're looking for Max Manasua.
Yeah, that was a good. You usually see that quite a bit on like a turnover on downs or a turnover or fake punt and they get you a first down. You want to take that shot, that home run ball, and that was a good throw. And he's stuck in the pocket there because he got hit pretty good when the ball got released. But a good double coverage there. And the big thing for North too, they stayed away from any contact whatsoever to pick up a flag.
Reese Walters now at quarterback for the Rough Riders. He's going to pass this time. It's going to be a little screen here. Beautiful play call. Keep running. Nice little tight end screen. Looked like Travis Kelsey out there, but it's Oliver Piper, the junior, 6', 190, and a good job there by Oliver. But the Sentinels were able to still recover before a first down conversion.
Yeah, that was a great call there by Red River. They're seeing that North is really trying to get a push up front there on the defensive front there, and so they're just trying to take advantage of there a little bit. So that was a great play call with that screen. using the willingness of Minot North wanting to kind of rush and get to the quarterback, using that to their advantage.
Dosh comes in at quarterback. He's going to go under center. Dosh has been running the football exception well. Play fake this time, rolls to his right. Wide open again. Who other than his main man, Piper. Piper's going to pick up the first down and more. So already we're seeing the Dosh to Piper show.
Yeah, that was a good play call. They like to get these quarterbacks, don't keep them in the pocket where they can get, their easy pickings for these defensive linemen getting a pass rush. Get them out of the pocket, get them running, give them the option of either being able to dump that thing down to Piper, or if there was nobody there, he could have just tucked it up and ran. But this is a good opening drive here from Red River. I'm awfully impressed with what's going on right now.
I'm impressed with this Dosh kid coming in on the road, playing well. Didn't get the first few snaps at quarterback, making the most of it. Look at this little shovel pass. Nice little play there by Noah Brandvold, but it's no dice, and it's going to be a loss of 3 as the Sentinels weren't fooled on that one.
Yeah, they did a good job of snuffing that thing out, and that's probably one thing that Red River probably didn't want to have happen is play behind the sticks here now, because now North can really kind of pin the ears back here and maybe be a little more aggressive. But the way Red River's kind of moving the ball, I'd be a little careful on being too aggressive here defensively.
Josiah Jacquinette on a nice defensive play there, that last one. 2nd and long here. Quarterback looking in the middle. It's picked off there. Nice job by Cooper Chick. Chick's going to keep rolling down, and that's what the Sentinels needed, because the Rough Riders were showing no fear against this against this home crowd.
Yeah, that was a great job there. It looks like that we got a flag here on the play as well too, but a nice job there by the defense to just kind of sit in the zone and wait.
So there's a holding on the offense. It's going to be declined, Corey, and just when you thought the Rough Riders were putting together a really nice drive, it's stopped by an interception and a beautiful play.
Yeah, that was, Red River was doing a great job. They capitalized on that fake punt or scramble on the punt to pick up the first down and had the momentum. But again, North knew that they did a great. This is kind of their MO. They'll let you go from 40 to 40, 20, but as soon as you get closer to the 20-yard line, they're gonna bow up defensively.
I'll bet you Diet Coke. This is a run. It is. Blickery hands off to Harrison Schaefer. Schaefer, who did battle through some injuries, looks fine on that first carry, a gain of 7. Appreciate everybody that made tonight possible. Again, Ryan Family Dealership. Make sure to check out any of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston, or check out their entire inventory at driveryan.com. Another fullback dive this time, able to pick up the first down and more, and we're just going to see that a lot tonight. Evan Berg, he's a beast in that backfield.
Oh, he was, he was so much fun to watch. When we were calling games for him last year, he was so much fun, because you knew when it was 2nd and short, 3rd and short, even 4th and goal, or whatever, you knew about 99% of the time that the ball was going to get into his hands, and he just downhill, just puts his head down and gets as many yards as he can.
Blickery will go under center. Wide receiver to his right, wide receiver to his left. Oh, he's sacked by his own halfback there. Schaefer hit him, but the sack will actually go to Red River, and a miscommunication, a rare miss here.
Yeah, that looked like it was, it looked like it was going to be a boot, and sometimes when you have some newer guys in the backfield, sometimes that timing, even though it looks good in practice, we're talking about Friday night in the game, and it's a whole lot different there. The speed could be a little faster for you. So just kind of a little miscommunication. Now, again, this kind of maybe forces North into a passing situation here.
So we're still scoreless with 6:18 to go here in the first quarter. Dallas Hansen, Corey McIver on the call here. Thank you for joining us on a beautiful night here in North Dakota. Sentinels out of shotgun. Blickery's going to go back to pass. Looking, going to go deep, and he completes it. What a catch. Beautiful play by the wide receiver, Josiah Jacquinette.
Yeah, Minot North just has so many weapons offensively. They can run. They show they can run. They can run the ball at will, and then you got Jacquinette that can just break free in the backfield. In the defensive backfield there for a big gain here, and now you got North here going no huddle.
Blickery again under center and I. He's going to hand off rather quickly to Schaefer. Schaefer rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. He's going to pick up a couple. Actually, it's going to be about 5. 5 yards in a cloud of dust here for the Sentinels.
Yeah, good hard run. Yeah, probably needs to be a little careful there. It looked like one of the defenders there for Red River was trying to rip that ball out as he was going down. So ball security is going to be a big thing here for these running backs, keeping 2 hands on the ball as they're going through the traffic, and then once you get out into some free space, then you can kind of ease up a little bit. But probably want to hang on to that football a little bit more as you're going through the hole.
Yeah, Caden Tottenson for Rough Riders was right there trying to strip that football out. Little miscommunication here, but it goes back. Nice job, nice little read inside Chick on the carry. He just got the interception, so he runs the football as well.
Yeah, again, you're seeing Coach Holman utilize some more of these running backs in and out and different running styles that, a little more scat back there with Chick. But, yeah, you're going to see them kind of rotate those backs in and out here in this drive and then throughout the ball game as well.
3rd and 1 for the Sentinels. 4:58 to go. Blickery's going to keep it. Did he get it? Looks like he did. Gain of about 3 yards. He'll be first down. Not quite. Yeah, they're to the 20, they're going to say. So Blickery keeping it himself, Corey.
Yeah, that too almost looked like it looked like it was supposed to go back to Berg because he kind of turned and looked, and then he probably thought Berg might have been a little lined up a little too far back, and he just decided to just kind of turn around and get going. And Berg did a great job of getting behind and have Minot North's version of the tush push and just kind of get him going there a little bit.
Is that Jalen Hurts? No, it's Braden Blickery. So Blickery again, a little split back action here. Josiah Jacquinette takes the wide receiver reverse, makes a move. 2 guys miss, but Jacquinette's going to be caught up there by a host of Rough Rider defenders, and it was a good job by defending the Rough Riders.
Yeah, they did a great. Yeah, and I was going to say that was a play that they ran quite a bit last year too, and they set it up by just the downhill run scheme, and then had Jacquinette come on that jet sweep. But don't be surprised if they come back to that, but they give it to the running back because everybody flowed to Jacquinette. And Chick ran the fake perfectly, and he, if he had the ball, he was probably going to walk into the end zone.
Connor Bishop Diaz on the stop there. Blickery, he's going to roll out to his left. He's got a wide open player. It's going to be a touchdown, Sentinels. Great job there by Gavin Toby. Able to get 6 on the board for the #1 team in the state. Minot North strikes first.
Yeah, they do a great job. They don't keep Blickery back sitting in the pocket. They like to get him out moving, and so they run a lot of sprint out and a lot of boot to get him out of the pocket a little bit to find those receivers. So a great pitch and catch there from Blickery to Toby and get some points on the board.
That red zone was brought to you by Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. The extra point is up and it's straight downtown, so it is good. So your score with 3:50 to go here in the first half. Minot North converts off of an interception from Chick, and they get a 7 on the board. 7-0, 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Red River going to get the football when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Welcome back to Minot North. My name is Dallas Hanson alongside the great, the powerful Corey McIver. We appreciate all our sponsors that made tonight possible. One of them, First International Bank and Trust. They're a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at fibt.com. What do you think of that first drive by the Sentinels?
I was impressed. They did a great job, but then again, they always did a pretty good job, even last year too, with those drives off of turnover. So I just expect North to kind of keep that momentum going.
Nice kickoff return there by the Rough Riders. Brings it out to the 20, so it's going to be first down and 10 here.
Well, now this is kind of crucial for Red River here to kind of have a similar drive like they had in that opening one. The last thing they really want to do is a quick 3 and out and give North the football back with an opportunity to put some more points on the board.
Well, they've been playing musical chairs at quarterback, but this time it's Reese Walters. Walters, a little side out there. Nice job slinging the rock to the outside. First down and more, and that's a good way to start off a drive. Excellent catch there by Noah Iverson.
Yeah, that was a good pitch and catch, and you're going to see North kind of do a little more, probably more of those quick hitters. Just get the ball out, get North kind of going a little bit, and then coming back with maybe a pump fake and extend the field a little bit.
So it's going to be Walters again, looking over to his coach, the offensive coordinator, getting the play call, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Man in the backfield. He's going to pass this time. Oh, it's a screen, but it's tipped up. Nice job there. And how about that defensive effort by the Sentinels defensive line?
You know, that is a good pursuit, and you know, got a nice call on the screen there. A great job by the defensive lineman to get his hands up. When you're coaching D-line, you want to tell those guys, if you're not going to get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air, because you never know, you can knock that thing up, and that thing went straight up in the air, and that's like the worst. You know, that's the worst feeling in the world when you're a quarterback, when you see one of your passes get tipped up in the air and it's just hanging there, and you're just hoping that it goes down and hits the ground. And for Red River's sake, that's exactly what happened.
Walters is going to keep it this time. Tries to find a spot up in the middle. He's gathered up by a couple of Sentinels. One of them was Evan Berg, the senior linebacker, wearing number 8, but. Of course, it's interesting to see the Rough Riders go with trips right, because if you're the Sentinels, you got to be thinking, okay, is this going to be another wide receiver screen?
Yeah. They do a great job. They spread the floor, and they make you think. They spread the field. They make you think, trying to figure out what you're doing, and then they're just coming back with just an easy quarterback draw. Try to get the spread the field a little bit, get those defenders out. But yeah, like you said, you go trips. You're thinking screen. You're thinking whatever, and then you're hoping Red Rivers kind of burns them with some deep ball.
3rd and 9, trying to convert it. Oh, a gimme! A gimme! Christmas came early. Now Dice not able to come up with it, but the gimme was right there for Landon Selyards, and it hit him right in the breadbasket, but just could not get it.
Yeah, he's gonna see that again. He's gonna see that over and over again on film, and I'm sure some of the guys are gonna give him a hard time about not being able to catch that thing, but. Sometimes those are the hardest balls to catch, are the ones that are right to you, and you got all the time in the world to make the catch. And he's probably already thinking about, how am I going to get to the sideline? How am I going to use my blockers after I make this catch? And it just fell short. But a good punt there by Red River got him down to the 30-yard line. So again, not the drive that Red River wanted, but now we're going to see if North can capitalize on that.
We're going to take a quick break. It's 2:49 left here in the first quarter. Red River still scoreless. Can they play defense against Minot North?
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Sentinels with the football. First play from scrimmage on this drive. Nice inside run there by Schaefer. And it just seems like it's a boxing match right now for the Sentinels. They're doing a little jab here. They're just waiting for that knockout blow with the running game.
Yeah, they just wear you down. Sooner or later, Schaefer or whoever that tailback is going to be, they're going to be able to break one, or even Berg for that matter, if he's going to get a short yardage. They're just going to keep wearing down on that defensive line in Red River, those linebackers, and eventually they're going to be able to break one into the backfield. And then it's just going to be a matter of making one guy miss, and you're off to the races.
2nd and 7 for the Sentinels. Blickery under center. Right back to Schaefer, who isn't wearing gloves tonight. You got to appreciate that. Picks up a few. Nice little nifty run there by Schaefer. We have yet to see Dedman, who was an all-region player last year. Still waiting on him if he'll make a return. He is suited up tonight.
Sitting down there riding the bike a little bit, trying to stay loose a little bit. But yeah, he is in full gear, and word has it that we may see him a little bit maybe in this game, maybe not. But again, a runner like him, a player like him, you don't want to rush him back too early. You don't want to have him re-aggravated injury or anything. And if they're having success with the guys that are running the ball, there's really no feel like you really need to hurry and rush him back.
Jack Juanette's out to the left. Blickery's going to hand off again to Schaefer. Schaefer trying to get that first down. He leaned forward, might have got a little bit of a favorable spot. We'll see if he got the first down, and they will give it to him. So first down for the Sentinels. Let's take a look at that one on Ryan Family Dealership Instant Replay.
Yeah, did a good job, following those blocks a little bit. Maybe, it seemed like he was kind of trying to bounce that out a little bit more than he probably wanted to, but he was able to kind of cut back in there and pick up the first down. And again, they're just going to keep kind of wearing down on you a little bit, keep this clock going. They're just going to see, and like you said, one of these times, one of these running backs is going to be able to break a big one.
Blickery fakes. It's going to be a play action to the right. Blickery. It's picked off. What a beautiful play. The man of the hour. Nice job by Matthew Dosh. Dosh, can he go all the way? He can. Pick 6, Mr. Dosh.
That was one heck of an interception. I mean, Blickery probably the best he could do as far as trying to get that away, and he just reached up with one hand, knocked it up, tipped it back to himself, was able to break that tackle.
How about the stiff arm?
That was the play. That was probably the spark Red River really needed, at least going into the conclusion of this quarter, to have some momentum come their way. So now that was a huge defensive get for Red River and a huge touchdown.
Matthew Dosh is feeling it tonight. Plays quarterback. Looked like Coach Prime Sanders there for Colorado back in the day when he played cornerback. Dosh is now going to hold the extra point. The extra point is blocked. Beautiful job by the special teams there by Minot North, and that's why you might have a number one team here in the state. Special teams make a difference.
Yeah, everybody just assumes that that's an automatic thing, but North went after that thing and was able to get that block. So that was a good job to still be able to secure the lead going into the end of this first quarter.
We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, it's going to be Sentinel football. Can they capitalize?
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome back to PSP Network's coverage of Friday Night Frenzy. 5 football games coming at you. We got the first one. My name is Dallas Hans alongside Corey McIver. Appreciate all of you joining us, especially Nick Holberg being the tech guy for us back at the mothership here in Minot, North Dakota. Great night for football. We've seen some spectacular plays. Look at this, a little squib kick here for the Sentinels. Jack Juanette's going to gather it up. Jack Juanette on the left side, makes a man miss. Look at Jack Juanette. He's off to the races. Can he go? Jack Juanette's still alive all the way to the 29-yard line. It's Jack Juanette's world. We're just living in it.
Yeah, that was a good return by Jack Juanette there, and it, interesting, good call there by River. Didn't mind the pop-up kick there. Tried to catch North off guard, but yeah, Jack Juanette was able to kind of shift in the trash there and just kind of keep weaving and bobbing and weaving and able to get a good return, something that probably Red River would have probably not liked to have seen from North Dew, but a good return there for Jack Juanette, give North good field position here in this drive.
Coming off the pick six, Blickery's going to go under center. He's going to hand off. Nice job going inside. To no avail, and the defense is stepping up a lot, but Cooper Chick, again, he had the interception, and now he's playing a little offense, so Chick getting some time here at running back.
Yeah, that was a good run there by Chick, and now North's going no huddle here a little bit, trying to catch Red River off guard.
Nice job to the fullback there. It was Evan Berg. Pushes ahead. It's going to be third. No, they're going to give him the first down, so first down and more. And listen to this stat, Corey, for people at home wondering why Minot North runs the ball so much. Average 270 yards per game on the run. They pass for 73 yards a game. So there's a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I mean, they don't try to hide the fact what they want to do offensively. They're just trying to tell the defenses, here's what we're doing. You have to try to do a better job at stopping us.
Nice job inside. He's going to go all the way, following his blockers. Excellent play by who other than Cooper Chick.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. We talked sooner or later North was going to be able to break one of those big plays here after pounding the ball, and then Chick was able just to kind of find that crease and then explode out to the end zone there. So a good bounce back drive and score here after giving up that pick six.
What an excellent job by Cooper Chick. Between him and Matthew Dosh, the two are going head to head tonight. An interception for both and a touchdown for both. The extra point here by the Sentinels is up. And it looks good. So right now we've got a 14-6 game. Don't touch that dial. 7 seconds left to go. Number 1 versus number 4 in the state. It's going to be a fun one here at Minot North.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged, the stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
That last red zone play was brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup. It's Serve Pro. It's been a big game so far, Corey. We've seen some things we thought we'd see, and then we saw some things we didn't see.
Yeah, we've seen exactly. Minot North has done exactly what we thought they were going to do offensively. They were going to run the ball. They're going to wear you down. Chick was able to take advantage of that. And the surprising thing was that first drive from Red River on that, the fake punt, and then the pick six on the last drive that kind of got themselves back in the ball game. So, Red River isn't going to go away. Minot North is going to have to find a way to put them away.
Deep kick, but an excellent return. He's got some space. He's up to the 40, 45, 50. Can he make a man miss? No, he's gathered up, but a beautiful return by Red River. And we say special teams makes a difference. We're seeing that tonight in multiple levels.
Yeah, that was a good return. And that's what Red River needed here going into this second quarter. They needed a good return after giving up that touchdown, and that was I think we both kind of missed the number on that return guy, but I think, that was a good return. He was good hard. North thought they had him stopped around the 30, and he was able to bounce off that tackle and continue on to the 50-yard line.
It was Cooper Baronet on the return, but we've got end of the first quarter already. They say time flies when you're having fun. Well, we hope you all are having fun as well at home. Thank you for choosing PSP Network for your Friday night activities. The end of one, 14-6. Minot North, hold on to that lead.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Well, it's homecoming week for the Minot State Beavers, and they are one of our sponsors. Make sure to check them out. The best way to predict your future is to create it. There are 100 areas of study at Minot State. You'll earn the degree for the career you desire, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. Minot State grads get jobs, period. Red River, a nice little pass outside over to Brandon Voigt, and Brandon Voigt is going to pick up nice yards, but one thing we're seeing tonight, Corey, is a lot of those little dump outs to the left, dump outs to the right.
Yep, Red River, they're not wasting a whole lot of time. They're not, their quarterback isn't holding on to the ball very long. It's a quick out, and they're forcing North to kind of spread the field here defensively.
Reese Walters back in at quarterback. We've seen a couple. Matthew Dosh, one of those players, but it's been Walters' time so far here. 2nd and 5 for the Rough Riders. Walters claps his hands, looks back, trying to go for the curl route. Instead, he drives up, thinks about it, then he throws again. How about the hesitation? Good job giving it to Max Manasau. Manasau picks up the first down and more. There you go, Max.
Yeah, that was a good play. It was the curl. He pumped it a little bit, and then as Walters started to scramble, Manasau actually did a great job. What you want receivers to do is come back to the ball and be available for that scatter play.
We're going to have a false start there. Max got a little excited as the wide receiver just made a great play, but he's going to get called for – or actually, we're going to have a timeout. Ooh, nice job there by the coaching staff for the Rough Riders. Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 14-6 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Welcome back to PSP Network. Your daughter's doing something interesting tonight, Corey. What were you telling me earlier?
Well, like I said, our youngest daughter, Katie, is involved heavily in Prairie Grit adaptive sports, and she's the lone female on the sled hockey team for Prairie Grit. And so we actually, in town, have the U.S. men's national sled hockey tryouts going on at the Mesa. And so the Prairie Grit sled hockey team is there taking in the game, or the scrimmage game tonight. So it's something real special that we enjoy, and I hope everybody else gets a chance to take in.
Double reverse out to Iverson. No avail, though. Beautiful defensive play by the Sentinels to snuff that out. Had a little bit of a triple Triple option pass there.
Yeah, that was a great. I mean, that was a good play call by Red River to kind of see if they could get North leaning back and forth there a little bit, and great job by North kind of staying home, especially those backside defenders not being in a hurry to kind of run that play down from behind, but staying home and knowing that there was a good chance that could be coming back their way.
Okay, so we do have an illegal formation. They're still going to decline the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Nice job there. Talked a little bit about Coach Holman at the beginning of the broadcast, but the job he has done in his first 2 years with this program has been phenomenal to not only start it, but now in his 2nd year doing big things here at Minot North. Walters hands it off. Nice job by Brandvold. Brandvold keeps going, but another stop there by that Sentinels defense, and they're playing well. That time it was Evan Berg.
Yeah, they're just, Berg just flying to the football there in his linebacker's position, but he's not the only one there. I mean, they're just, once they recognize where the ball is, they're just all flying to it. So, but don't be surprised if Red River's coaching staff is making note of that, and they're going to come back with something there to see if they can catch Minot North sleeping.
Walters alone in shotgun. 3rd and 11. Watch Brandvold there on your left, right above the tight end wearing number 7. Could leak out for a screen. No, he's just going to be a blocker. Walters, nice pass out to Max Manaanu as our 1st down and more. Boy, that Max has played well tonight as a wide receiver spot.
Yeah, he's a nice little security blanket for the quarterbacks, and knowing that they can throw that thing to him, he's going to, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. But a great sideline catch, being able to keep himself inbounds and coming down with that thing.
Here comes another Serve Pro red zone. Walters going to try to take advantage. We've got some motion here from the Rough Riders, who traveled all the way up from Grand Forks today. They will travel home, so a long day for these players. Trying to get the win, make the trip worth it. Down 13-6 right now. Handoff inside to Brandvold. Brandvold is going to continue, but you see something nice if you're a Rough Rider fan. That offensive line is still getting a decent push. We know Coach Holman talked about the big battle in the trenches.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of, both teams actually, of being able to control the line of scrimmage when their offensive unit's on the floor. But it looks like Red River is going to get called for another illegal shift penalty, push them back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, North's line against Red River's line against North's defensive line. Everybody's kind of holding their own, and both teams have the capability of having some big plays, and they've actually had some here in the first half, and they've been able to capitalize on them as well.
2 to the left, 1 to the right for Walters. Joined in the backfield with Noah Brandvold. Walters takes the snap. He's going to pass. It's going to be Brandvold to the left. Brandvold. Nice job by the Sentinels again, and Corey, we say it time and time again, but how about the defensive end, Andreas Good, able to make a good play?
Yeah, he's just flying. He recognized that, when you have good defensive linemen that recognize those swing passes or those screen passes, he's just flying out there. And those receivers out there have to do a little better job of blocking those defensive backs so they don't come up and break up the play, because if those receivers can sustain those blocks a little bit, Brandvold's quick enough to scoot through those blocks, and he's off to the races if he does.
Excellent point, John Madden, a.k.a. Corey McIver. Good job. It's going to be Brandvold again up the middle. This time gets some decent yards, gets back to the original line of scrimmage after that illegal shift penalty. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Might call it 10 here. It's going to be a tough play here. In the red zone, Corey, you got to take advantage of this on the road. This is a big play.
Yeah, this is a big one because you want to get as many yards as you can, because you probably know this is probably 2-down territory if you're Red River.
Walters, he's going to pass. Looking to his left. He throws it up. Oh, a man fell down. We got a one-handed interception. Oh, my heavens. How about the play by Gavin Toby? Beautiful play, but it was Matthew Dosh who fell down, and then Toby looked like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, that was, we've had 2 interceptions, one for both team, and they both have been one-handed. But like you said, he was definitely going to the fade, falls down, and a great job by Toby to go up there and reach back and get it. And that was a huge stop there for Minot North. And you just, if you're a Red River fan, that's just something you're going to look back and that's one of those wasted opportunities that you have if you're a Red River fan.
Gavin Toby, the junior 6 foot, might have saved the day for the Sentinels on that drive. 8:43 to go now in the second quarter. Player to watch here is down on the bottom right, Jack Juanette, the wide receiver. He's going to go in motion now. Blickery says, come all the way over. Blickery hands the ball off. Got us some space here. Nice work by Cooper Chick again. So we've seen Schaefer, we've seen Chick, but no Deadman still. But Chick and Schaefer doing a good job.
Yeah, Chick he's really impressed me. Somebody that probably the coaching staff from Red River probably didn't see a whole lot on film, or if they did, they didn't really think he was going to be that much of a factor. But he's definitely carrying the load here for North, and they got it. He gets a nice first down gain here and out of the shadow of the end zone, and a little bit more breathing room here. And the bigger thing is the clock keeps on running.
We're going to have a play action, rolls out to his right. Blickery, he's just going to take it himself. Fooled a couple. Oh, nice play there. Good job by Dosh and Blickery as they met up in a head-on collision. Blickery, we've got some extracurriculars here. Ref was going to throw the flag. It was between Jack Juanette and Caden Tottenson. Those two kind of jawing at it, and the referee was awful close to throwing a flag.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting to see if that flag was going to come out, but one of those things where you get a little extra pushing and shoving after the whistle, and that's never, it's always never a good thing when something like that happens. But cooler heads prevailed a little bit and give those guys a chance to kind of step off and take a little break here. But a good hard run there by Blickery, be able to pick up some good yards there on first down.
Blickery sends Jack Juanette in motion. They're going to give it to Jack Juanette on the reverse. Jack Juanette looking to make a move. Can't make a man miss. Beautiful play there defensively. That was by number 10. Let's see, that was Connor Bishop Diaz. And Bishop Diaz has done a good job.
Yeah,
it seems like on all those reverses, Corey's making his way.
He did a great job of coming out, because Jack Juanette wanted to put his foot down and get downhill there, and Diaz was able to kind of close that gap down a little bit. And the big thing was, once he wrapped up and got him, he was able to bring him down by himself. And Red River's kind of flowing to the ball as well, too. But so don't be surprised. Both offenses kind of take advantage of that a little bit.
Blickery does the sneak again. Did he get the first down? Looks like he does. What a nice play. Speaking of nice things, make sure you check out Planet Pizza here in Minot, North Dakota. The best pizza on the planet. It's Planet Pizza. They've been around for over 25 years. They have the largest laser tag playground in the region for all kids, a giant lunch buffet for all adults, and they deliver for anybody. Call now at 701-852-1700. That's Planet Pizza. I also want to thank our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturday, 8:30 to 3. The UPS store located in Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packaging and shipping needs. Sentinel's going to hand it off again. This time, Chick is going to be stopped, and we talked about the game in the trenches, and Red River right now doing a good job.
Yeah, everybody's kind of both defensive lines. I've been impressed with. They give up. You'll give up a big play here and there, but then when you need it, that defensive front, those front four or front three, they could do a good job of kind of holding up those blocks on the offensive line, so they aren't able to get to that second level if they need to. And if you can do that, then you allow those linebackers to come up and fill there a little bit. And great job here by Red River to kind of hold their own.
We talked a lot about Connor Bishop Diaz. He was almost there. Blickery this time puts his head down and gets a couple. Is that a quarterback or a running back? That's Blickery.
Yeah, Blickery is just he's a hard-nosed quarterback. He's almost a throwback quarterback to those guys that run hard, and that was a great play action there. He had Chick coming in motion with that, faking that jet sweep, and then get those linebackers leaning a little bit, and then he was kind of able to get behind his offensive line and pick up a nice gain there on second down.
Gabe Mendez, the center for the Sentinels, very noteworthy player, along with Tyler Steele and Gavin McKeithen. Handoff this time up the middle, still rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Good job there by Evan Berg, the big man.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time in this drive that you were going to get his name was going to get called to run the football, and he's one of those where you got Schaefer, you've got Chick that are wearing down the defense, and then you can have Berg that can just run over anybody, and that's exactly what he did there. And he was able to pick up that nice first down on a 3rd and 4 and pick up those yards that they need and to keep this drive going for North.
Appreciate Ryan Family Dealership for supplying our instant replay. Make sure to check them out at driveryan.com. 1st and 10 now for the Sentinels. One to the right, one to the left for Blickery, 2 in the backfield. Blickery, he's going to play action fake, rolls out to his right. Nice catch. It wasn't for much, but a good job there by the fullback. It was, again, Evan Berg, back-to-back touches for Mr. Berg.
Yeah, that was a good play action there. Blickery had to kind of scramble out a little bit, and, yeah, the throw was a little high there, but Berg did a great job of going up And instead of trying to like tip it to himself while he just keep moving, he kind of slowed his feet down so he could at least gain possession of the football. And like you said, wasn't for much, but they were able to keep the ball in their own hands and keep the clock moving.
So the Sentinels, who are 2-0 on this season campaign, looking for number 3, 4:55 to go in the first half. Nice job to go outside. That was Schaefer, so it's Schaefer and Chick this time. And look at Schaefer. He's already got a first down and more.
Yeah, again, now North is going a little no huddle. They're going to try to get Red River in some kind of mismatch so they can't sub in and out and hurry up and snap the football. They might be able to get a penalty here.
Schaefer again going up the middle. Good job by Harrison. And guess what? He's just a junior, so he'll be back next year.
Yeah, it's scary that some of their better skill players from Minot North are those juniors that will be back. And just like I thought, I think Red River is going to get flagged for having too many guys on the field. They didn't quite get that last guy off the field before the North was able to snap the football, and that's something that the coaching staff or even Blickery may have noticed as well too. So don't be surprised. And both teams are trying to go a little no huddle action. They're trying to get those defenses and try to have those so they can't sub out.
Connor Bishop Diaz made the tackle, but again, there was a penalty, as my partner tonight, Corey McIver, said, so it's going to be a first down for the Sentinels. They're going to move the chains here. Good job by our officials tonight, doing a good job. Reffing a semi-clean game, 14-6, 4:37 to go in the first half. And Corey, if you were to sum up this first half in a couple words, what would it be?
I'd say fast-paced.
Yeah,
I mean, both teams have been able to move up and down the field here, and North has just been able to be that much better a little bit in some aspects of the game. But I'd say this first half is about as fast-paced as you could get.
We got a timeout for the Red River Rough Riders. We'll take one as well. 4:37 to go in the first half. Sentinels 14, Red River 6. Don't touch that dial.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Welcome back to PSP Network's coverage of Friday Night Football here at First Western Bank Field at Sentinel Stadium. Beautiful place for a ball game. It's brand new. It should be nice. How about this place? I mean, the band's playing, the stands are full, the field is beautiful, the lights are on. What more do you want on a Friday night?
This is probably this is probably one of the better stadium, better atmospheres for high school football in the area. You can't really have a negative thing to say. You got the fans on both teams on the same side, and just a nice atmosphere. We've got a nice area here to call the game as well.
Blickery fakes. He rolls out to his right, tries to get it to his fullback. Or excuse me, no, that wasn't his fullback. One of the running backs, that was to Braxton Thompson. It was a tight end delay, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, a little boot and a little tight end, and just kind of threw him. It's one of those where he was wide open, and again, just as you drop those easy interceptions, you got receivers that are wide open. You think you got to do something a little different on the pass and put it just right, and that's exactly kind of what he did. He just kind of overshot him a little bit to the sideline side, and that's probably a throw that I think Blickery would like to have back, and he's going to have some opportunity here with an easier third down get up here.
3rd and 2 for the Sentinels. Blickery's going to do the QB sneak again. This time it's awfully close. We shall see where they spot this one, because that was tight.
Yeah, he's running in the sideline. I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be short by maybe about a half a yard. 4th down, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if North they're gonna go ahead and try to pick this thing up. And when you got a fullback like Berg in the backfield, I think you're pretty confident that you're going to be able to pick this thing up.
So Holman is going to send Blickery back out. So Coach Holman rolling the dice here a little bit. Well, excuse me, it's only 3rd down. The chain gang had a little miscommunication here. We're going to have a encroachment, I believe, or a false start on the Sentinels.
Well, I think it's going to be false start. The Red River's kind of cheering a little bit, so that's going to
wow.
hurt. Trying to catch Red River off guard, and you get your own guy to jump there. But like you said, it's only 3rd. I thought it was 4th down
too,
but maybe I lost count. But it looks like they're going to be pushed back here, so now North has to go back to the drawing board here a little bit and try to figure out something else here. But Yeah, I think, as far as penalty wise, we haven't had too many in the first half, and the ones we have had are just procedural ones that you see that you see all the time anyway. So nothing out of the ordinary there either. So both teams can be pretty happy as far as the penalty category goes as well.
3rd and 7 after the penalty. Blickery, hands off. Look who it is. It's Deadman. He's back in action, and he's going to get the first down and more. And look at the sign from the Minot North faithful, as they've been waiting for that for a long time.
Yeah, that was. I'm sure everybody involved is pretty excited to see him back on the field and to have a run like that after being out with that injury. I'm sure he feels pretty good about it as well too. And speaking of injuries, looks like we have a Red River player down on the field. It looks like number 54, Xander Wayne, kind of got dinged up here a little bit, so he's getting tended to. So hopefully it's nothing too severe that he's going to be able to be okay and get back in the game.
We'll take a break as the staff takes a look at Xander Wayne.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous addition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Welcome back to PSP Network. Xander Wade is able to make his way, not under his own power. Unfortunate circumstance there for the Rough Riders. One of their defensive linemen looks to be favoring that left knee that already has a knee brace. So not the news you want to get, and our thoughts are with Xander as hopefully he's able to come back into the football game. With 4:06 to go in the first half, Sentinels, interesting drive so far. Had a short 3rd down. They go with a false start, but then they bring in Deadman, who is making the comeback after the knee injury, and they give it back to Deadman. Can he make it? Deadman is going to be stopped. Good job there by Bishop Diaz. He was in there as well.
Yeah, that's a good series here, and I think this was kind of probably what the word that we got before the game is on his limited snap count. This is probably his opportunity here to get some snaps in and get the rust knocked off here a little bit. But a good run the first one, and even better here too. He was fighting here with in that second run of his. So look to have a completely pick that thing up again.
Blickery goes with the play action. Can he make it to the 5? Touchdown! Sizzling Sentinels. Blickery able to make the most out of the play action run.
Yeah, that was a great job again. They're seeing stuff defensively as far as Red River's defense flying to the football like North is doing as well. And it made mention to it earlier about don't be surprised if they try to catch them sleeping a little bit, and that's kind of exactly what they did. I think that was almost a designed boot run. I don't think that was a pass at all. I think that was just Blickery just getting out in front of everybody.
So the extra point now to take a commanding 21-6 lead. Hold is good, kick is up, and it is good as well. So 21-6 with 3:25 to go. The Rough Riders will have a chance to answer here with 3:25 to go. It's going to be an exciting end of this first half. Thank you for joining us here on PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals.
Your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny.
Welcome back to Minot, North Dakota. We're at Minot North High School, the 2-year program. Doing well so far, 21-6. Don't forget at halftime, our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show. The lights are on. The helicopters are in the air. We got a kickoff here from the Sentinels as they are up 21-6. Corey, do they have a stop in them, or are we going to see the Rough Riders take it down the field?
Well, for Red River's sake, I really hope they can get another drive going because I've been really impressed with how their offense has been able to move the football against North. And but wouldn't be surprised if North kind of shuts them down here and gets the ball back.
Nice return all the way up to the 20, let's say the 31. That was Oliver Piper. So good job there by Oliver to bring it back out. And they've had a good, if there's something the Rough Riders can hang their hat on, it's been their special teams play.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, their special teams, they had the interception that went for the pick six, but, their kickoff return team has given them very good field position to start these drives, and the offense has been able to keep the ball moving. So if it's not like they're getting stuck pinned inside the 20 every time, they've been able to get out into the middle of the field every time on these kickoffs. So it's just can they put a drive together in this last 3 minutes?
Walters back to pass, look out. Beautiful play there, way to get it inside. That was Oliver Piper again, so he did the returning. And now he'll get a pass right off the block. But they've been doing those swings a lot. And a player to watch at the slot right now, it's the closest to the offensive lineman there, is Matthew Dosh, who played a little bit of quarterback in the first quarter, but has since played a lot of wide receiver. So it's been the Reese Walters show here in the second quarter. He's been doing quarterback duties. Walters drops back to pass. We're going to have a flag on the play. Back to Max. Max is going to go a few yards. Let's see what the laundry is. Referees will get together.
I think it's going to be on Red River.
They have a legal formation,
legal shift, something like that. But it looks like it's going to be on Red River. It's going to back them up here a little bit.
So the White Hats microphone isn't working the best, but we're going to back them up. It wasn't a legal formation. I want to give a quick shout out to Farstead Oil, one of our sponsors tonight. Contact Farstead Oil today to find out how their skilled sales team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricants, and DEF needs. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, and western Minnesota since 1938. Check them out. That's Farstead Oil. Reese Walters rolls out to the right, makes a man miss. Reese trying to make something out of nothing. He's going to make it all the way down to the 36-yard line. So good job there by Reese because he was getting chased by a couple defenders.
Yeah, I think that was going to be another quick out swing pass, screen pass out there to Max there out on the wide. And I think Walters was thinking the defensive back was going to jump it a little bit, so he tucked the ball in, and then he just tried to get as much as he could on his own.
Lavelle Harlan for the Minot North Sentinels was trying to chase down Walters. Third down now for Red River. 1:50 to go and counting in the first half. Reese Walters looking to his right. Nice pass inside to Max. Max makes a man miss going up. Brings it all the way first down and more to the 40-yard line. Good job there by Max Manawanu.
Yeah, I tell you, that receiver, he's pretty impressive. And again, he's probably the one that they look at the most. And you're going to be, if you're North, you got to make sure you know where he's at all times, even with the last minute and a half of the game, or a half.
Walters pump fakes. He's just going to keep it himself. He's going to pick up a few yards, actually make it 6 yards. Nice job there by Reese. And you've seen that a few times, Corey, as we have another Rough Rider down. Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that's going to be probably another one of their offensive linemen, and I don't think that's something that they can nobody really in general. I think that's Brandvold. You can't really afford to lose anybody, especially if you're skill player or whatever. But yeah, Walters did a great job there with that pump fake and got everybody going, and then was able to kind of scramble a little bit and get some yards here to pick up a manageable second down.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 when we come back as the medical staff takes a look at running back Noah Brandvold. We'll be back after a short break.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous addition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Walk off on his own.
Good job there by Brandvold. As Corey McIver just mentioned, he gets up and walks off under his own power. For a while there, it looked a little scary because he seemed to be in a lot of stress, but able to walk towards the bench, which is a welcome sign. A nice player there for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, one of those guys that, probably plays both ways and doesn't get a whole lot of, time to kind of rest in between offense and defense, but hopefully it's something that he can shake off here at halftime and be ready to go in the second half.
Piper takes the spot there. Walter's going to go deep. He's looking for Max. Max goes up one-handed. Good defense there by the Sentinels. Able to get that block away. Let's take a look at another one on our Ryan Family Dealership instant replay.
Yeah, I think that might have been Gunnar Jost out there playing defensive back and running stride for stride with Max, and it did a great job of kind of waiting for that ball to come down just as Max was trying to go up with it and kind of go and knock away with the one hand. So good defense there by North. Love the fact that Red River is going for the home run ball there and just kind of see what they can do here, knowing that it's probably going to be, probably 4-down territory regardless.
Watch for Dosh. He wears number 13. Walters gets it not to Dosh this time, but a nice play there inside by Noah Iverson. And Iverson's made a lot of plays tonight for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, I've been impressed with how much Red River utilizes not just one guy or two guys, but they find the open guy. And if you're open coming across like Dosh was and coming across the field like that, picking up the first down, stop the clock for at least to get the chain set, and a nice little drive here to end the half.
Tackle by Schaefer there. Walters now, he almost fumbled the football. He does fumble the football. It's going to be down on the ground. Heads up play by Piper to pick that up, but that was close.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster for Red River if you were to lose that football, giving it to North there at midfield with 2 timeouts left. So a good heads up play there by Red River to pounce on that thing, and now I think you're just going to be a matter of probably just running if you're Red River, you're probably going to take a chance and probably just maybe run this clock out, maybe take one more shot at a big play, because you never know what's going to happen. But if you don't, let the clock run out, go into halftime, make some adjustments, be ready to go in the second half.
We got a timeout by Red River. That's a First International Bank and Trust timeout. They're a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built in the bond between our employees and customers. Founded in 1910, and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. Corey, I see you got some scores to report here.
Yeah, just kind of taking a look throughout the area. It looks like Minot High and West Fargo just kicked off and got their game going here, so there's really no score there. But AA Grand Forks Central looks like they're up big with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, up 37-7.
Walter's going to have something to do here. Piper's going to get it in for Brandvold, who got injured. Piper, what about the play defensively? Excellent job by Josiah Jacquanet.
Yeah, that was a good job there, taking on that block and not being, not getting blocked too well. And actually, I think it looks like there might be a flag on there. Could get a block in the back there on the Red River receiver blocking Jacquanet.
Don't forget about our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show coming up here in about 32 seconds, but we know this, Corey, 32 seconds can be an eternity in a football game. But look at this, it's 3rd and a country mile. Okay, interesting. So it's actually going to be 2nd down, and the clock will start. So Rough Riders are going to have to be ready here as they are down 21-6. The clock is started, 30 seconds and counting. We'll see what the Rough Riders do here. Corey, looks like you might have called it. They might just be waiting until the play clock gets down to 0. Right now it's just coming up on 10 seconds. The home crowd starting to be a factor here, letting their Sentinel defense know they're proud of them.
It looks like they're going to take a timeout.
Good call, Corey. Got any more of those scores for us?
Oh, yeah. I'll take a look here.
A lot of good games going on here. How's Velva doing?
Plenty of last time I checked, Velva was up 8-0 here. I'll take a look and see if I can find that again. We got a game going down at South Prairie here. South Prairie and Max and Delax Burlington are playing about a minute or so left in the first quarter or in the first half. Delax Burlington is up 27-0. We got a good one here going in Grafton. We got Rugby's up against Grafton 14-13 with 10 minutes left before halftime. So got a good game going there. Harvey-Weld County, that's receiving votes, are up 7-6 in Carrington. And looks like Velva is up 8 with a minute left before halftime. They're up 8-0 on Botno, so a pretty good game going there. We got a good one going here at Bishop Ryan. We got Bishop Ryan and Ray Powers Lake playing, and they're tied up at 14 with going into halftime as well. So we got some pretty good football games going around the area, and should be some good conclusions of those come second half.
We appreciate all you choosing us here at PSP Network. My name is Dallas Hanson alongside Corey McIver here at the freshly planted, we will say, Minot North football field, the home of the Sentinels, number 1 in the state against number 4, Red River. 7 seconds left here in the half, down 21-6. Let's see what Reese Walters has in store. He's going to roll to his right. Reese looking, debating. Reese still with the football. Tries to get it to a running back there. Kind of went on a fade, if you will. It was incomplete, so that brings up halftime, actually. So halftime has hit us. Your First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Sentinels 21, Red River 6. Don't go anywhere. We got our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show coming up after a short break.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Welcome back to our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show. Moonlight Home Repair, it's your home renovation specialist in the Magic City. If you've been putting off that basement, kitchen, bathroom, or any interior renovation, now is the time to book your free estimate with MHI. Listen to this. Mention PSP Network and get up to 10% off your project's invoice. Call Drew now, 701-721-4612, or head to moonlighthomeimprovement.com. I know Drew. He's a fantastic carpenter. Make sure you look up Moonlight Home Improvement. He does great work and one of those guys that really takes his time. But speaking of taking your time, Minot North ran the football, dominated the possession, the clock, the time of possession, if you will, in that first half. But let's put the coaching cap on you right now, Corey. If you are Coach Holman and the Sentinels, what are you saying to your team at half?
I'm just probably just talking to them, say, hey, we're doing what we want to do offensively. Our bread and butter, we run the football. We chew up the clock. We take our time offensively, and we've caught Red River on a couple penalties trying to get guys off the field when we're going a little no huddle. So we're kind of mixing that up a little bit. We're sprinkling in the pass when we need to, just to keep them on, just to keep Red River honest defensively. So it's not just loading up the box and stopping the run. We've been able to kind of get Blickery out in space a little bit, scoring a touchdown on the boot play, and the passing has been sprinting out and rolling out in the boot. So if I'm Coach Holman, I'm telling the guys, hey, we offensively, we just keep doing what we're doing. That's our bread and butter. Everybody knows we like to run the football. We're going to continue to run the football. Defensively, we've given up a couple big plays to Red River. We're allowing some good returns on the special teams. If we really want our defense to get active and get after it, special team wise, let's see if we can't pin Red River back a little bit, force them to go the length of the field, and then just kind of. Don't get so caught up to going after the football. Get yourself out of position defensively and giving up those big plays, because sooner or later, Red Rivers might be able to capitalize on a big play. They've shown that they can move the football on us. Now we just got to clean some things up defensively and shore it up, because our offense is doing what we want to do. Now the defense maybe kind of step up here in the second half and maybe shut the door down on Red River a little bit.
Awesome job, Corey. You've been listening to our Moonlight Home Improvement Halftime Show. Give Drew a call, 701-721-4612, or head to moonlightimprovement.com. Now for Red River, the Rough Riders, you can't help but think about that drive where they had the fade route in the corner. Dosh falls down, and then they get a one-handed interception for the Sentinels. It feels like the momentum truly shifted, because then you get another great drive by the Sentinels. Dedman comes in, who hasn't played all year, provides an instant spark. We saw the whole crowd stand up when Dedman came back in the game, who come off of a terrible knee injury, making his first appearance of the season, a fantastic first-team All-State running back. But the Rough Riders, I know the score is 21-6, but this game is far from over.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. I think if you're Red River right now, you're in the locker room, you're like, hey, we're going toe-to-toe with the number one team in the state right now. And, yeah, the scoreboard doesn't, it's 21-6, but our defense stepped up. We got a pick six, and we've capitalized on some mistakes that Minot North has given us, and we're getting good field position. Our offense is moving the football, and again, so now our defense, we just, defense, find a way to get us another turnover here in the second half. See if we can't swing that momentum. And like you said, yeah, we got a receiver falling down on that fade route. Like you said, yeah, he stays up. He probably catches that ball. Who knows? He catches it for a touchdown. It's a one-score ball game. So Red River's got to feel, you think you got to feel pretty good about what you're doing offensively. You're not making a whole lot of mistakes. The thing that's really hurting them is penalties or plays where they're losing yards and they're getting backed up a little bit, and then you're letting Minot North's defense kind of pin the ears back and get after you a little bit. But if you can stay ahead of the sticks and maybe get North's defense playing on their heels a little bit here in the second half, who knows? You're only down like two scores. You're down two scores. A big play here and get yourself a one-score ball game here early in the third quarter, and then it's anybody's ball game.
You've been listening to our Moonlight Home Improvement Halftime Show. Call Drew today, 701-721-4612. A lot of football left. Speaking of a lot of football, PSP had a record-breaking evening tonight. We're doing 5 football games, and it is not possible for everybody sitting at home tonight, whether you've subscribed to one of our basketball, soccer, volleyball, football, baseball, whatever it might have been. Just know we genuinely appreciate your support and your service, because we broke the record tonight. 5 live football games, and the best part about it, they're all for free. All you have to do is just tune in on YouTube. That's at PSP Network. Check out our scheduled events at psp.network. Do we have any updates on some scores here?
Just looking in Division 11A, where we've got some pretty good ball games there. Again, You've got Rugby and Grafton going into halftime. Rugby's up 14-13. Looks like DLB punched in another score here in the about 8 minutes in the third quarter. They're up 33-0 to South Prairie Max. We got a couple good ones going on here, both locally. You got Velva and Botno battling each other at Velva. That's on the PSP network. That's at halftime. You got Velva's holding on to a 2-point lead. They're up 8-6. You've got a game going on over at the college there for Bishop Ryan's hosting Ray Powers Lake. They're knotted up at 14 at halftime. You're looking at the AA division here with Minot North and Red River. Devils Lake and Wapton are doing battle there in Devils Lake. That's a final score. Looks like Devils Lake got Wapton 34-28. Grand Forks Central is up big going into the fourth quarter against Dickinson 37-7. You got the Battle of Fargo's there. You got North versus South. You got Fargo North is up 21-7 going into halftime. At halftime, you got Central Cass and Jamestown doing battle. That's a 14-12 game with Central Cass up by 2. Kindred playing St. Mary's out in Bismarck. They're up 20-0 on St. Mary's. And Watford City and Williston out at Watford City. Watford City's up 28-6. And, of course, you got the game here, Minot North and Grand Forks Red River, 21-6 games. So we've got some pretty good ball games. Doesn't matter what division. I guess I didn't take a look and see if Minot High, if we've got a score there yet at all. They're hosting West Fargo. Doesn't look like a score there, but you're looking at the AAA division. You got Bismarck Century and the West Fargo Cheyenne at half. Century's up 14-7 there. You got Davies. You got 1 versus 2. Davies and Bismarck Legacy. You got Davies up 21-14 right before halftime there. So you got a good one there as well. And then West Fargo Horace and Mandan 21-14. West Fargo Horace. Shanley and Bismarck doing got a good one there, 21-14. Shanley with the lead there, and like we said, Minot and West Fargo just getting going here, so waiting on the score there. So again, we've got some good scores, good football games. No matter where you're at in the state, you're privy to some pretty good football this tonight.
Well, we've got arguably the best one in the state for AA. It's number 1 right now, Minot North 21, number 4 Red River 6. A lot of football left. We got about 3 minutes till halftime is over. You've been listening to our Moonlight Home Improvement Halftime Show. Thank you for being here. My name is Dallas Hands alongside the great, the powerful Corey McIver. We'll be back after a short halftime break.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That's us. We're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in. And this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to...
Interrupts down for they serve. They serve Nelson as she gets pushed to the ground.
Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. And watch for next week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, powered by the Aggie Foundation at Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. So if we can make an impact in that community, we will.
Welcome back to PSP Network. My name is Dallas Hanson alongside Corey McIver. Got about 49 seconds until the second half starts. You are listening to our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show. Call Drew today, 701-721-4612, or check out moonlighthomeimprovement.com. Appreciate all our sponsors that made tonight possible. Providing the scoreboard is BNC National Bank. Your life is busy. We'll make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online. That's bnc.bank. We had our Valvoline Oil Change pregame show. And our timeouts are brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. You can find them online at fibt.com. They've got banks in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. And Ryan Family Dealership has provided our instant replay at Ryan Dealerships. The commitment and the respect for their customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit one of our 5 locations in Minot and Williston, or shop online at driveryan.com. And how about the Serve Pro Red Zone? 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration at Serve Pro. If you were just watching our halftime commercials, you saw the Aggie Foundation is sponsoring the Player of the Week. And all you have to do to vote for that, it's kind of interesting, is check out our Facebook page at PSP Network. And we bring in some players that we thought did very well. One girl that I thought did well was Everett Deshaw. She's a fantastic volleyball player out of Minot High. She came up short this week in the voting and went to Jenna Nelson of Dickinson High. So kind of another way we here at PSP like to support our student athletes. So be on the lookout there on our Facebook page for that promotion and support your local student athletes. We're going to have a squib kick right off the get-go here. Red River, Jack Winnett gathers it up like a shortstop, and he makes it out to the 45-yard line. So out trots the Sentinel offense, led by Blickery. And we're going to have a flag on the play. Good catch there, McIver.
Yeah, I think that I kind of like the idea of their Red River with that squib kick. Maybe seeing if they can catch North off guard a little bit, and you never know. That could have been the break that they were kind of looking for. But looks like it's going to be a penalty on North. Look, maybe a block in the back or something to kind of push them back a little bit. Red River probably is pretty happy with that. They push them back. Now you're gonna force North to go a little longer on the field, but let's see if Red River's defense can kind of step up here a little bit, for either force another turnover or at least a 3-and-out.
Blicker's going to hand off right at the get-go. He's got a seam. Beautiful play right down the middle by who other than Harrison Schaefer. Schaefer, who took a majority of the carries in the first half, picks up right where he left off.
Yeah, that's exactly the start you probably wanted if you were Minot North. Just again, here we are. We're going to load up and we're going to run the football. Red River, your job is to go ahead and try and stop it, and you're going to let Schaefer run for about 10, 11 yards on the first down play. Could be a long half here for Red River.
Schaefer again, he's stopped at the line there. Good job by the defensive line. Whoa, some afterwards collisions there. If referees are going to keep a close eye on that, as we saw in the first half, a little talking was going back and forth, but a good job defensively. One of the players in there was Noah Brandvold, who was injured in the first half. It's good to see Noah back out there. Yeah,
it's always nice when a guy gets dinged up like that, and like, he was able to get off the field on his own, and then had the luxury of the time of halftime to get ready to go here in the second half.
Blickery's going to make a toss. Look at this, going all the way down. Beautiful toss play out to Tyler Kippen. Kippen able to make it out to almost the 50, short by a little bit, but good job. Excuse me, that was Clan Harrison. My apologies there, Mr. Harrison, but he gets the first down. and more.
Yeah.
So you see a toss right off the bat. And a good job by the offensive lineman.
A toss, and then to a guy that we didn't even see in the first
Yeah.
half. Here's a new running back here, Red River. Go ahead and try and figure out how you're going to stop that guy. And then a little scat back there and get him going downhill in a hurry. It looked like he was able to kind of just scoot through and get another first down for Minot North.
So Blickery's going to be under center. Got some split back action here. Sends Jacquinette in motion. Fakes to Jacquinette. Gives the inside over to Cooper Chick. Chick picks up about 6, I believe. So that's going to be 2nd down and 4 for the Sentinels.
Yeah, that was the play that I noticed in the first half when they gave the ball to Jacquinette on the jet, and they continued the fake with Chick, and he was able to kind of weave through. That's exactly what they kind of did there. They faked that jet, that handoff to Jacquinette, and ended up giving it to Chick, and he was able to pick up 5 yards.
Give a quick shout out to our camera guy, Logan, down there, braving the elements. It's starting to get chilly. Nice little curl route to the outside. That was to Gavin Toby. Toby able to make a lot out of not much, a curl route that goes for about 25.
Yeah, great job. Both quarterbacks, they're both quarterbacks are doing a great job of they're getting the ball out in a hurry, and they're getting it out to their playmakers, and they're allowing them to kind of make the extra effort and get those yards. Neither one of them is really kind of standing back in the pocket and a traditional drop back passer. They're getting the ball out. It's just an extended handoff really for anything.
Blickery, he's going to toss this time. Nice toss to the outside to Cooper Chick again. Cooper Mason, nice move, almost gets a first down. He's about 2 yards short. Let's take a look at our Ryan Family Dealership instant replay.
Yeah, this is probably the drive. If you're Minot North and Coach Holman, this is the drive you wanted coming out of halftime. We're going to get the ball, and we're going to methodically move down the field, and we're going to get big play after big play after big play. We're going to force Red River to load this box up here to stop the run, and then we're going to maybe burn you here on a play action pass.
Good call, Corey, because we're going to see some motion here from the Sentinels. A toss out to the outside to Harrison. Harrison able to make Hannon. 3rd time's a charm there. Clan Hannon able to make some move, and he picks up another Sentinel first down. And there's a difference between good teams and great teams. Good teams against a team that's ranked number 4, a couple teams spots behind you. They might come out and not play a little as physical, but a great team is going to come out after half, try to punch you in the mouth and move it down, and that's what we're seeing from the Sentinels.
Yeah, absolutely. They're using the whole field as far as their run game, and now they're going to be able to come back here up the middle and maybe have some success.
Nice stop inside by the Rough Riders. That defensive tackle down there, Cooper Chick wasn't able to get much as it was Ekman, Hegelson, and Ward there doing a great job on the defensive line for the Rough Riders, and that's a spot that both coaches were wondering about because the trenches, it's kind of do or die sometimes with that.
And like you said, Red River's doing a great job in the middle, stopping that run. It's when North is able to kind of get sideline to sideline and stretch the field a little bit.
Blickery fakes. He rolls out to his left. Brickley looking in. Oh, we got a miss, but a good job there. A nice route run by Tyler Kippen, and Blickery just wasn't able to come up with it. It was almost, let's take a look at the replay. I wouldn't call it a gimme.
No, I mean, yeah, Kippen was wide open, but again, you've got Blickery, a right-handed quarterback, running out to the left.
Good call.
You're wanting that guy to, and he's got to flip his hips and get that good throw. And when you're running opposite of what you throw, it's going to be naturally the pass is going to be a little elevated. But Kippen did a great job of attempting to go up and get it.
3rd and 9. Hands off to the outside, looking for a spot. It's Thompson. Thompson brings it all the way down. So we've seen a couple players step up here for the Sentinels. Thompson, one of those players.
Yeah, this is just something that North just throws at people, and they don't just focus on one or two guys running the football. They're going to give the ball to whoever they can that they think they can get the ball, get them the yards that they need, and this is a big 4th down play here for Red River especially. They need to stop here.
Well, they sense it because they're going to call a timeout. First International Bank and Trust timeout. We'll take time as well. A big one coming up. 4th down and 2 for the Sentinels.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Well, are you good or you great? Because right now, trying to become great is 2 yards for the Sentinels. It's a big one. They're going to call it actually 4th and 1. Blickery in the I formation. Rough Riders got a lot of defensive linemen. Blickery with a hard count. Now we're going to have, the officials are going to get together and we're going to have another timeout. We are going to have a timeout. Let's keep it right here, Corey, because 4th and 1. We're seeing a little chess match right now. We're seeing Red River call a timeout. Let's set up our defense. Let's put 5 defensive linemen in, really get some big stuff up front to try to stop. They know the Sentinels are probably going to run the football, but then you see Coach Holman say, all right, I can play chess with you. We'll call a timeout once we see what you're in.
Yeah, I think that timeout that Red River took and Holman brought his offensive unit there, and they was like, you know what, let's line up and let's see if we can't get them to jump. Because you did see that defensive lineman from Red River kind of flinch, but he did a great job of not breaking the plane and getting across in the neutral zone. And I think you like to think that's maybe what they were going to try to do, and then when they didn't get him to jump and continue that hard count, and then instead of taking the delay, let's just call timeout and now let's figure out what we're going to do here on this play here offensively. So maybe see if we can have them do it again, but I wouldn't be surprised if they give this thing to Berg and see if they can pick up the first down with him.
Here we go, 4th down. Corey, you called it. Right up the middle to Berg. Did they get it? I believe so. He picked up 2. He only needed 1, so 8:42 to go. This is a big one. Let's take a look at a Ryan Family Dealership instant replay.
Yeah, when you got a fullback like Berg there in the backfield that you just need 1 yard, he's going to get you. He's going to get you 1 yard, and Red River knew that too, so they loaded up the box, and it was just one of those things where offensive line for North was just a little bit better than Red River's defensive line in that play.
Blickery hands off to Dedman this time. Dedman showing the power, but a beautiful tackle there on the inside. Nice job there by Ryan Ward, who plays guard and linebacker, and he was able to get Dedman here. He's a tough guy to tackle and get down.
He's a hard-nosed runner, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Holman, he's going to probably give Dedman as many opportunities as he can here to try to get him in the end zone.
This red zone is brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service. Check them out at Serve Pro. Blickery's going to keep it. Blickery's going to keep going, and he's going to get close. So did he fumble? No, they're going to call it a touchdown. So Blickery scores off of a quarterback keeper right up the middle.
Yeah, that's one of those where Blickery may have seen. That could be something that they saw maybe in the first half or just through the course of this drive, that it's one of those things that, yeah, we'll have a play call, but if Blickery gets up there and sees that he can get into a gap there and get behind his big offensive line and just follow him into the end zone, that was a good play, a good pickup there by Blickery.
Blickery really showing his football IQ by picking which side, right or left. He saw this good left guard there make a move and pick the right side at the right time. Extra point is up here for the Sentinels, and it is good. That makes our score 28-6. So the Sentinels make good on that first possession and stroll right down Main Street of Minot Northville here at the First Western Bank Field. We'll be back after a short break. Rough Riders need an answer. Will they get it? We'll find out.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemeen, and McBride.
Welcome back. My name is Dallas Sanson alongside Corey McIver. Right now it's been the Sentinels' #1 team in the state of North Dakota in AA against number 4 Red River, 28-6, 7:52 to go in the third quarter. That 4th down was a big conversion for the Sentinels, and then they gave it to their outstanding QB1, that is Blickery, for these 6 points. But now you get to see Red River and how they're going to come out at halftime. I know you talked about it, Corey, saying, hey guys, I know we're on the road, I know we're down a little bit, but this game is far from over. The kick is very deep. Beautiful kick. It's going to go back for a touchback, I believe. My goodness, look at the leg on that kid. Nice job. I know they got a good soccer program up here at Minot North. Might have to go for a soccer tryout here.
Yeah, their kicker number 41, Joseph Olsen. Yeah, he just kind of booted that thing out of the back of the end zone. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he probably does play soccer.
Probably.
When you have a luxury of being the AA or the AAA, you have a soccer program like that. It's not out of the realm of possibility that the football coaches attend soccer practice every once in a while. Yeah. Say, hey, why don't you go ahead and play soccer and go to soccer practice on Friday nights? You just come over and kick the football for us.
We're going to have another little toss out to the right. Nice play. Trying to make some move is Noah Iverson. Iverson's going to get the first down and more. So, again, we're seeing like a little wide receiver screen, Corey? What would you call that?
I think it's just either wide receiver screen or even just throwing it out there and just, again, having your playmakers just get out there in space, and all they got to do is make one guy miss.
Dirt, we can tackle it. Dig it up, backhoe service. Site preparation, demolition, road building.
Apologize about that technical glitch there. Our mouse caught a little life of its own, but we're back here 28-6. Didn't miss much here. We're going to have some substitutions. 2nd and, I believe, 6 here for the Rough Riders. 2 to their left, 2 to their right. Still Reese Walters in there at quarterback. Slaps his hands, says, let's go, fellas. Tries to get the crow out. Dangerous pass. 2 defenders sitting there, but it is completed. Nice job again by Noah Iverson. So first half, we were talking about Matthew Dosh making plays, but it's been Iverson all second half.
I'm not going to be too terribly surprised here if either in this drive or a drive after this that Red River comes with a little pump fake on that quick pass, because they're starting to see North's defenders are starting to fly to that quick slant or that quick pass there. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Red River here in the near future takes advantage of that.
Nice play, handoff to Noah Brandvold, and again we saw Matthew Dosh come in, take the rep under center, but a kid I'm watching, and for everybody at home, they should watch that Max Manasau, who had some big plays. He's been lining up in the wide receiver spot. They do pick up the first down, so starting to move the football here with just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I've been impressed with how well Red River's been able to move the football here on North's defense, and you have a nice little matchup here on the outside here with Max and Jack Annette here. But a nice play here by Red River to get their quarterback out in space.
Dosh is just on a keeper here, picks up 8 yards. So Matthew Dosh, the playmaker on defense and offense.
And again, you've got Red River not going into a huddle. They've got the idea they're going to take their time here and take a look and see what they need to do.
Dosh under center again. This time hands it off right to Noah Brandvold. Brandvold trying to get through it, but a good job there by the linebacker crew for the Sentinels.
Again, both teams are doing a great job. As they get a nice big play that gets them a big chunk of yards, and then they come right back and they try to get right, run between the tackles and try to wear down that interior defense with the D line and the linebackers so they can stretch the field a little bit more.
Tyler Kippen, a player to watch for the Sentinels, who lines up at that defensive end spot but plays a little linebacker here. Dosh goes with the quarterback keeper. I believe he has a first down.
Good drive here for Red River after giving up the score there by North. They've been able to move the ball with the use of some big plays and then just some hard-nosed running by both Brandvold and Dosh. So both of those guys are kind of doing some of the heavy lifting here for Red River.
Walters is going to come back into quarterback now. 1st and 10 for the Rough Riders. He's got trips left, trips right, goes to his left though. Nice little nifty move inside, but to no avail, as a couple Sentinels were there for the tackle. Iverson again, so he's got already 2 receptions on this drive.
Good.
Gavin Tobin there on the tackle. 2nd and 9, we'll call it here for the Rough Riders. 5 minutes left in the third, and we're seeing a lot of no huddle here. They kind of get a sense of urgency. Walters again over to Iverson. Iverson makes a man miss this time, keeps rolling, stumbling, bumbling. Nice job by Noah. Just putting the offense on his back, picks up the first down and more.
Yeah, great job, Red River, with those quick hitters, those bubble screens. If you want to think of it that way, they're really forcing North. North is doing a good job. They're not flying up like maybe a lot of teams might think they would, because that's what Red River wants them to do. But they're giving up a whole lot of yards by not doing that.
Walters, did he complete it? No, he didn't. It was just a little short there, and Walters puts his head down after that. But you said it in the broadcast early on, Corey, when the quarterbacks roll out and their momentum is going towards the sideline, those passes might look easy to complete, but they're very tough.
Oh yeah, especially you're on the run. You don't feel like you can get yourself set, especially if you got a big defensive lineman chasing after you. You don't have time to get yourself set up to throw, so you're throwing on the run. Sometimes that pass it can sail on you a little bit, or you can short hop it a little bit too. But yeah, both teams like to get their quarterbacks out and maybe even get a chance to have a little run pass option. Looks like we might even have. Looks like we do have a player down. Maybe some cramps, leg cramps here, probably bothering him a little bit. Looks like trainers are taking care of him there.
We're going to take a quick short break as the medical staff tends to a Rough Rider here near us on the Sentinel sideline. We'll be back here after a short break.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
So the player that was down was Max Manasau, one of their outstanding wide receivers. He jogs off, though. Corey, believe you called that right. It was probably a cramp. But it's still going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Rough Riders with 4:42 to go in the third. Down 28-6, but put together a scoring drive here. You're right back in the ball game, and we saw them already. It wasn't, we won't call it an onside kick, but a squib kick. And special teams have been making plays today for the Rough Riders, so anything is possible. Back to pass is going to be Reese Walters. Walters under heavy duress, completes it to the outside. Beautiful play there. We'll try to get a number. That was Matthew Dosh again. Good job getting his feet in bounds.
Yeah, that was a great job by Walters hanging in the pocket. Again, we don't see that. We haven't seen that very often by either quarterback, the willingness to kind of stay in the pocket. But he did a great job knowing that he had the rush coming at him, but he was able to kind of swing it out there to Dosh for a good pickup.
2 to the right, 2 to the left here as Reese Walters is going to listen to his coach, take the play, look down at his waist. Get the proper play call here on a big 3rd down for the Rough Riders. Walters drops back to pass. He's looking for Dosh just outside of Matthew Dosh. So now it's 4th and 6 for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, that was a big miss. I think that's a pass I think Walters would like to have back because Dosh did a great job of just a nice little sit down, find that little soft spot in the zone, and just that would have been an easy pitch and catch, and knowing Dosh, he would have been able to pick up that 1st down. But yeah, obviously this is 4-down territory for Red River. A big 4th down here for North if they want to get Red River off the field.
4th and 6 for Reese Walters and company. Rough Riders needing a play here. The stands starting to come alive for the Sentinel faithful as they're causing a mini earthquake here. Hitting their feet against the stands, and we're going to have a timeout here. A good timeout in my mind because it's a big play.
Yeah, I think they were maybe seeing if they could try to get North to jump a little bit, but yeah, just good job there, Red River calling timeout.
We're going to take a short break as well. We come back, 4th and 5 for the Rough Riders from Red River.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Well, think about calling these games on PSP Network. We got to do our homework, and a good way to do homework is by taking a read into the Pigskin Preview. Get your Pigskin Preview now, thanks to United Printing for their continued support of the PSP Network. Again, get a Pigskin Preview at a dealer near you or online. 4th and 5 for the Rough Riders from Red River. You can sense the urgency right now all the way up here in the booth. To the right, to the left. Walters back to pass. Looking. He's going to find his running back. It's going to be close. That's about as close as you can get it. The spot looks short. It was a nice swing pass out to his tailback. That's Brandvold, I believe. Yes, it was Noah, but Noah dove for it, and he's short.
Yeah, it looks like he's short by a yard there, but great job. Again, you're swinging it out to your playmakers, and Brandvold did the best he could, and he almost, was almost able to pick up that first down. But a great job there by North to stop him here. So now Red River's really kind of has their backs against the wall here. They really need to have a 3-and-out here or force a turnover, get North off the field offensively.
Excellent work by our camera guy tonight, Logan, to get that official witnessing first down for the Sentinels. Another reverse here, reverse to the outside, looking for some space. It's Hannon again, and Hannon gets out of bounds, but a good job there by Hannon, who's picking up some carries here the second half.
Yeah, a great job. Just like I said, just another weapon that Minot North's been able to put in their backfield running the football. And these guys from Red River that are going both ways, they're starting to get a little tired here. And now you get some fresh legs running the football in the second half. You're going to get some big yards.
Sentinel's going to keep that clock rolling. Excuse me, it's going to stop here for a moment, but taking the play clock down to 14. We're going to see a rare shotgun formation here from Blickery. Sends Hannon in motion. Blickery's going to go with a screen just out of the hands. Trying to get it to his fullback there. That was Evan Berg. And it's those type of plays, I imagine that Coach Holman's going to say this next week in practice, guys, we got to start completing those.
Those are things you got to, that was a good time to call that screen pass.
1,000%.
Again, you're faking that sweep there from to the wing back going in motion, and you had the defense flowing that way, and those offensive linemen were able to sneak in behind, and all Berg had to do was catch that thing, and he was going to be, there was a lot of real estate in his vision there to pick up some big yards.
We get a kid like Evan Berg out in the open, that's going to be dangerous for the Sentinels. Blickery again in shotgun. Going to look to pass this time. Pass is going to be completed there, and more from Calvin Toby. Toby is going to be close to the first down. They're going to give it to him, so another first down for the Sentinels, but oh my goodness, we've got an offensive lineman down here in some major pain. That is Gavin McKeithen, who is down on the play, and the Sentinels, who are known for their running of the football, this is no good for them. Looks like some cramps. We'll take a short break here as the medical staff does a good job running out to the injured player to get him back in order. 4:11 left here in the third quarter. Sentinels 28, Red River 6. We'll be back in a short break.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, Coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Right now on your BNC National Bank scoreboard, Minot North still holding strong with that lead and trying to put together another possession. You get the feeling, Corey, they score here, it's going to be tough for the Rough Riders to mount a comeback. Nice play inside. He's got a lot of space. Look at him go. It's Cooper Chick. Chick to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's at home. Touchdown, Sizzling Sentinels. How about Chick? The sea opened, and he just took advantage. Great job by the offensive line.
Again, that was just one of those things that we called in the first half that eventually Minot North was just going to wear down Red River's defensive front and those linebackers, and then once Chick got past that level of that linebacker level, and he got an open space, he turned on the jets, and give credit to that Red River defender. He was closing in, but he just kind of ran out of room, and Chick was able to break that thing. And like you said, now the momentum is clearly with North here in an extra point. If good, I mean that really puts a desperate need here on Red River to do something here on this drive.
Extra point is good, and we see Coach Holman talking to the referee right here, doing a little jumping jack. 35-6 right now. Sentinels starting to pull away, but Red River's going to have a chance to score and cut into this lead after a short break.
Sund Manufacturing is hiring exceptional welders, carpenters, assembly technicians, and coating technicians. If you're right for Sund, Sund is right for you. Since 1939, we've been making quality equipment and parts for the oil field and beyond. We're world-class.
An advantage.
Yeah, 1,000%. We just saw Coach Holman. Good catch there by our color guy tonight, Corey. He was saying the long snapper isn't able to be touched and or not able to be pushed down, and he thinks one of those defenders for the Rough Riders is pushing him down. But extra point was still good. 35-6 right now on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Appreciate you joining us here on a Friday night. The lights are bright. The number 1 team in the state right now is showing why they are rated number 1. Rough Riders going to try to dig into this lead a little bit offensively. Showed some promise on that last drive, just wasn't able to convert on a 4th and 5. Another deep kick here for Minot North. Going to have a return here. Return's going to be deep. It's going to be Piper again. Piper stopped up short. He's only going to make it to the 24-yard line, so good special teams play.
Yeah, that was a good kickoff there. It was high. High kick like that, it allows your kick team to, your kick team to get down there, get themselves set. They were able to fight off those blocks and be able to make a good tackle here. But yeah, this is a drive. Now we've talked about the importance of Red River being able to put some sustainable drives together. This by far is a big crucial drive. They need to get this thing. They need to be able to move this thing down. They need to be able to get this thing in the end zone and get some points on board.
Walters is going to take over quarterback duty, looks for a curl route, does complete the pass. Nice job there again. This kid's been making play after play. It's Noah Iverson. That's his 4th catch of the second half. We've got Laundry on the field, though. We'll see what the officials have to say here.
Looks like we got legal man downfield. Looks like those screen passes. You sometimes have to be careful. Those offensive linemen get out in front before you can get the. They get their allotted yardage that they can go down the field, and that's just unfortunate because we know how Red River likes to get that ball out and get going on those screens. So you just have to be a little bit more patient there as an offensive lineman, so you don't get dinged with that penalty. 3:37
and counting to go here in the third quarter. Rough Riders off that penalty, 1st and 15. Walters. It's going to be a handoff. Heading the other way on the left side was Piper. Piper going to pick up a few yards here. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a frustrating thing if you're Red River. You played a lot of that first half behind the sticks, giving up penalties or lost yardage, and how difficult it is against this defense in North to kind of get those yards back. So it's crucial that you kind of try to stay ahead of the sticks as much as you can.
Walters now out there by himself. Looking for the left, and the wide receiver miscommunication there as he was going again for Iverson. Wanted maybe a deep fade. Is that what it looked like?
Yeah, well, I think Iverson kind of cut that thing off to kind of a shallow cross, and I think Walters was kind of maybe expecting something a little more in that deep third, but a great job by North's defensive backfield to kind of keep everything in front and not be in such a hurry to kind of rush up on those quick throws.
Well, the defensive backs better be ready for the Sentinels because it might be going deep. Walters back to pass. It's going to be another screen. Snuffed out right away. Good job there by Piper to gather that up, but that brings up 4th down, and the Rough Riders are going to send out the punt team, which, down, I get it, but it's on only the 25, so it's a good call.
Yeah, I think if we were a little closer to midfield, I think that would be a no-brainer if you were Red River, but the last thing you want to do is not convert on this 4th down, and then you give North a short field to do something. And looks like we had one.
A timeout on the play. Coach Holman wants time. A little miscommunication there on the special teams. So First International Bank and Trust timeout. We'll take time as well. Minot North 35, Red River 6. Well, tomorrow is going to be an exciting day in my life, Corey. I'm going to be taking my son, Cade, who just turned 9 months today, to his first football game. It's going to be the Minot State Beavers homecoming game, so I'm looking forward to that. Minot State's one of our sponsors tonight. The best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you'll earn the degree for the career you desire. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. Punt team is on here for Red River as they're going to kick it, and it's blocked. What a beautiful play by the Sentinels. A couple defenders, and then they catch it. Nice job on the catch by Braxton Thompson. Let's watch that replay one more time. That was an excellent job, and special teams making special plays.
Yeah, that, I mean, if you were North, you were probably more than content to set up a return, but it didn't really look like Red River did a good job of blocking that outside defender there, and he was able to just kind of reach out and get his hand on it and pop that thing straight up in the air. So, probably one of the last things that Red River wanted to do was give North the ball on a short field, but Red River's defense has to do. They've got to answer the bell here and step up and at least maybe force a field goal at best.
Blick green eye formation. Going to hand off to Harrison. Harrison, he's going to go in for 6. Nice play by Harrison Schaefer. Again, the junior, a man to be dealt with as he runs into the end zone.
Yeah, that was, just simple handoff that, in the first half he was probably getting maybe 5 or 6 yards on the carry, and here he was able to just kind of bounce off a few defenders and get himself into the end zone for another score for North.
I am very impressed with Harrison Schaefer. I know a lot of people talk about the greatness of Dedmon, but between Schaefer, Chick, they've got a lot of weapons that the rest of the state is going to have to deal with here. Minot North looking good with 1:38 and counting as the clock will run 41-6. Late guy coming on here for Minot North. Extra point is up and good to make our score 42-6 with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Number 1 team in the state, proven why they are number 1. We'll be back after a quick break.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
We are back here at First Western Bank Field. My name is Dallas Sands alongside Corey McIver. Thank you for choosing PSP Network tonight for all your football needs. We are one of the games in the area. We got 5 going on. Velva right now in a barn burner with Botno 18-16. Very tight game late in the fourth quarter. We want to thank our friends at ND Score Feed for supplying that score feed on the bottom of your television set. A very, very, very nice thing we have here in the great state of North Dakota, along with all the streaming services. So appreciate ND Score Feed as we have another deep kick here. Piper's going to try to get this one. He will. Piper going to bring it up the middle. Piper's got some room here, all the way up to the 30. He makes a move at the 35. He's to the 40, 45, 50. Look at Piper put on the Jets. Brings it all the way down to the 40. So excellent job by Red River special teams, and they've got life here early on or late in the third.
Yeah, that was a great return there by Piper, but probably even a better job by the kicker for Minot North being able to take a nice angle and anytime those kickers, sometimes they don't always get the love they deserve, but he did a great job saving a touchdown. And the unfortunate thing, Piper kind of got up, and I don't think he's he's still on the ground here on the north sideline. I think he's dealing with some leg cramps as well.
And that's not good news for Rough Rider fans, because Piper's made some nice plays tonight. So we have another player down. We'll take a short break here while the medical team checks out one of the Red River players.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in. And this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to...
Interrupts down where they serve. As she gets pushed to the ground.
Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media.
Sorry to cut that short there on that Player of the Week. Appreciate Jenna Nelson from Dickinson High getting that, but we got the Red River who came running on the field after Piper was able to get off his own power. It was Reese Walters on the keeper. Make it 2nd down and 8 for the Rough Riders. 55 seconds left. One thing that a lot of coaches say, Corey, is it's easy to play when you're up. You find out who your true players are when you play when you're down.
Yeah, and Red River is still, they're sticking to their game plan. They've got the quick hitters. There's still the willingness to run the football up the middle. They haven't really deviated from their game plan from the beginning of the game as well.
Walters finds Matthew Dosh. He's going to try to fight for the first down. Dosh is going to get close, real close. If there's something to lean on here down the way for the Rough Riders, it's been the play by Matthew Dosh, both defensively and offensively. But I think Reese Walters has done a good job with quarterback play as well.
I've liked the fact that they've kind of rotated those guys, especially in the first half. Just kind of give North a different look. But then the second half, it's been kind of all Walters in the backfield. But yeah, those two have a nice connection. Walters and Max out here split out wide. They've got a nice little connection. They've got some nice things offensively.
Going right down the seam. Nice job. Touchdown, Rough Riders. Nice play. They got it to Brody Neal as he's able to get into the end zone for 6. So hold the phone. The Rough Riders saying, we're not done yet.
Yeah, that was that was probably something they probably saw. They were looking just kind of sit down, and everybody kind of jumped the curl there, and Neal just kind of snuck in behind everybody for a well-needed touchdown here for Red River. But so a nice little move there. He just kind of pretended to he was going to block a little bit like they've always have, and he was able to kind of sneak behind everybody.
So the Rowdy Rough Riders score at the end of the third quarter to make it 42-12. Nice play on a seam route right up the middle. They're going to go for 2 here. Why not? Dosh is going to check in at quarterback. He's going to go under center. He's got Brandvold in the backfield. Dosh, he's going to roll to his right. Matthew Dosh is going to keep it. Dosh goes in. Does he get the 2? He does. So an excellent job there by Matthew Dosh.
Yeah, again, that was a designed run just like Blickery's touchdown was here. So a good answer here for Red River to kind of get this thing back into a more manageable thing going here in the fourth quarter.
Dosh completes the 2-point conversion. We are heading into the fourth and final quarter, 42-14 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That says we're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Welcome back to PSP Network. My name is Dallas Hansen alongside Corey McIver. Appreciate you joining us here. Make sure you share our feed with friends and family. Subscribe to our channel at PSP Network. We've got a plethora of sporting events coming to you down the way here. Volleyball on Thursdays, football on Fridays, soccer along for the ride as well. And then this winter, we're going to have a lot of basketball events going on. I'm really excited. And the cool thing about it, Corey, here at PSP is we've extended our coverage. We're now in Dickinson. We've got a great group down there bringing you all the Dickinson High School events. The Mavericks now, they're no longer the Midgets, so the Mavericks, new identity, some new teams, and they've got a great boys basketball team, but I know it's football season. Tiger Fry in his first year down Dickinson High doing a great job. A Dickinson State legend, all-time leader in receiving yards, so Tiger now putting on the coaching cap, doing his best with the Mavericks. Rough Riders, what will they do? We're going to see another squib. It's right up the middle. Well, we've got some trouble here. The Rough Riders might have got that football. Oh, my goodness. Hold the phone. Grand Forks has some fight. Let's see what the comes up with. Referees are getting together, waiting for the signal. Looked like it's Sentinel.
I think North was lucky there, but a great job there. Another squib, and he got it in the right spot. He forced those 2 deep guys to kind of run up on it, and when it got that far and you get a hand on it like he did, then it was anybody's ball game, and looked like the Red River guy may have just slid right over the top of the ball, and North was able to kind of scoop that back.
Blickery going to hand off here. Another nice play right up the gut. That's going to be Cooper Chick. So Chick getting some carries. We haven't seen Dedman much. We saw a few carries. I know a lot of people were excited about that. He got a couple weeks of practice. Saw him on the bike on the sidelines trying to stay loose. But you mentioned it earlier, Corey, that when you've got a player like that, an all-state caliber, you've got a lead like this late in the fourth. Why risk it?
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be there's still plenty of the season left, and potential playoff run deep in the playoffs, and you're going to want him. You're going to want him at the home stretch of the season and into the playoffs. You want him healthy and ready to go for that.
Blickery, hands off, nice play inside. This kid's been getting a lot of touches as well. It's Kane Hannon. Hannon again picks up the first down and more. So it feels like they're kind of almost getting Hannon ready to go here. He's the third back on the depth chart, but nice play.
You know, between Hannon and Chick, you've got two guys that are little short, little scat backs that can just get out there and fly. And he was, and Hannon was about a one broken tackle away from really busting a longer run.
Player down on the field right now is Ian Ekman. Ekman, who had a nice play in the early first half. Good defensive tackle. He's still down, and he looks down. The medical staff will come out for an injury here for the Rough Riders. I hate to see that. 11-11 left here in the ball game. 42-14. Sentinels looking good.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Don't forget after the game to join us for our planning team financial advisor and Shots Crossroads post-game show. Corey and I will talk about some stats, what we saw, and then our player of the game brought to you by Sports Clips, and also our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. A lot of fun stuff coming here after we wrap up our broadcast. 11 minutes to go. We're seeing an excellent game over there in Velva. How about those Aggies? Talk about number one, trying not to go down, battling it out right now with Botno, 24-18. 8 minutes left here in the fourth. Jonas Nelson, one of our great voices here on the talent team, covering that one for PSP Sports. And I mean, Corey, you look at this football around our region here in Northwest North Dakota. I mean, PSP's in a great spot because you have Minot North, who's very talented, second year in the program, the number one in the state. Then you travel down an hour and a half to Bismarck. You've got just a loaded bunch of teams, and you got teams that are going to come there every way. So everybody listening at home, just know we show support for the whole state. It's not just up here, but we're very, very, very blessed to have some talented football teams.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some nice crews that like to that cover the games here locally around the Minot area. Like you said, we're in Dickinson now, covering that area. You know, we're down in Bismarck, so you know this whole north and west part of the state, and even down into Bismarck and west along the interstate there, we've got plenty of coverage, and that's just as a coach out at South Prairie with the girls basketball, we love the idea that our kids, doesn't matter if it's South Prairie, Minot North, Divide County, anywhere, they're going to get the coverage, and they're going to be, people from throughout the state are going to be able to see these kids play.
Well, appreciate that nod to Divide County, my alma mater. They got it done with against Dunseith tonight. Shout out to Bob Brown and Nate Nelson doing a great job, and our assistant athletic director, your nephew, Zach Johnson. So it's a fun night here. It's a small world, if you will. I know you texted me, my old English teacher. You said, Maggie Townsend says hello. I'm like, well, how do you know Maggie? I went to college with her, so it's very small. 10:30 to go here, or 10:40, to go and counting here as the clock will run. Nice run up the middle there for the Sentinels. And we're seeing, what I like about Coach Holman is he's getting some of these role players down the way. They're going to have a big impact for a playoff run potentially, getting some snaps here.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that last year in their season playing, that in games like this when you could get guys out there and get them reps, get them experience, because when Dedmon did go down last year, it wasn't like you were throwing somebody out there that didn't have experience. They were able to have guys play games like this and be able to get some reps and get some experience and get some somebody other than like scout guys in practice.
Another run for a first down. Good job there by Luke Richardson. I've been really impressed by the offensive line here, whether you're looking at Gavin McKeithen, Tyler Steele, Gabe Mendez, Andres Good, Ethan Howie. I mean, they're all so talented. And another player that has got some reps is LaVille Harlan. So Harlan's on that kind of right tackle spot, but you just immediately see a push up front.
Yep. Yeah, when you find those five core guys, and even that sixth and seventh guy that you can bring in, and they can control the line of scrimmage, and you're getting 3 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, and then all of a sudden you break one.
Look at this. Speaking of breaking one, called it right there. It's again Leon Halzer breaking one right up the middle.
Yeah, that's just the offensive lineman just wearing down that defensive front for 3.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden you're able to break a long run, and that's just those offensive linemen just taking pride in their job and what they're doing, because they don't always get their name called, and if they do, sometimes it's because they got a penalty or whatever, they make a mistake. But you get guys that love to play that offensive line and love to control the line of scrimmage, you're going to be able to have success. It doesn't matter what level of play what level of football you're playing.
And it's nothing against the Rough Riders. They're just going against a really talented offensive line. They're doing their best, but 8:50 to go here. Got a new quarterback into the ball game. It's going to be Xander Klen. Klen hands off up the middle, so it'll be a 2nd down and 10. Holzer again on the carry. Gets about 5 yards.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of these JV guys that don't sometimes always get in the games on Friday nights. We're getting a chance to get out there and show what they can do and have some success, and who knows, they're going to try, just like the varsity guys, to get themselves in the end zone as well.
The cool thing about Coach Holman is he's a graduate of Minot High, played a lot of football there, and made his way to University of North Dakota, played some college football. Ooh, nice move here on the right, making another move all the way to the 10, to the 5, still up, keeping the feet moving. My goodness, Luke Richardson, give him a chance there. How about Luke?
Yeah, that was one of those things. That was one of those opportunities, and unfortunately, he's got his helmet knocked off, so he's got to go out and sit a play there. But yeah, this is one of those opportunities that those younger guys get a chance on Friday night to go in and see if they can't get themselves recognized here and get in the end zone.
So Luke, just a sophomore. Nice play there. Under center is going to be Xander Klen. Another handoff to the left side here, a little midline left. Goes to Hannon this time. Doesn't pick up much. This red zone is brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Beckman on the tackle as well, and Rough Riders is not going to go the way they wanted here, the trip up north to Minot, but a lot of football left, can still make a playoff run. And when you look at it, how this AA is talented, but there's a certain amount of teams where you go on a run here after game 4, game 5, you still have a chance to playoffs.
Yeah, Red River really shouldn't have a whole lot to hang their head on this game. Especially they played a heck of a game, and they just kind of ran into a juggernaut that Minot North is.
They hand it to the big man, that's Scott Triplett. Triplett, who is a senior, 6 foot, 175. He picks up 3 yards. It's still going to be 3rd down and 3. 3rd and goal, actually, excuse me. How about that BNC National Bank scoreboard we got on? They make your life is busy. We'll make managing your money easy. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC online. That's bnc.bank. I have to say, Minot North has done a fantastic job creating an atmosphere here. The bleachers are plumb full. I know Red River folks have to sit on this side as well, but it's good to see a high school game full of parents, fans, student athletes. The band is just a great atmosphere. Klen's going to keep it. Klen's going to try to stay clean and go towards the pylon. Instead, he throws it. Oh, almost picked off there. Good job by Red River on the play. That was Caden Tottenson, the junior, 6 foot. Almost got a pick there. Christmas almost came early for Caden. Got a score here from Velva Botno, 24-18. Velva Drake Animus with the lead here, 5:24 to go. We did a pregame or a pre-season show here on PSP, and we had all those coaches from the surrounding area. The field goal is good here, so not only can he make tackles, he can hit field goals. We're going to take a short break. Minot North starting to open it up here. 45-14, 6 minutes to go.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
So Olsen will be back to kick now for Minot North. 6 minutes to go. The clock will run. Don't go anywhere, though. It's going to be a heck of a post-game show. I'm really looking forward to it, Corey. You're going to head down to field level to talk to our Sports Clips MVP. Get some words there and from our winning coach as well. So hang tight, folks. Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads post-game show is right around the corner, along with the Magic City Home Leisure move of the game. So the standings, for the most part, at the top are going to stay the same. Minot North will keep that number 1 spot. Between his hands there, couldn't come up with it. That was Brody Neal. So Olsen kicks another one in the end zone, and what a nice gift to have if you're Minot North, a kicker like that can kick it in the end zone, kick field goals. You don't have to worry about an extra point. Who's your NFL team?
Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Yep.
That was a heck of a Monday Night Football game.
Well, you know, I told people the next day at school, I almost went to bed at halftime, almost gave up on them, but you know, I think it's going to be. I think that for them, I think it's going to kind of be that's going to be kind of their MO. I think they're going to start slow. You know, obviously McCarthy's going to be, you know, he's going to have to get back to use of the game after sitting out last year with that injury. So it'll be fun with Sunday night having Atlanta come to town.
Walters goes deep, but it's picked off. Nice pick there by Luke Richardson. Richardson is still alive. Luke going again. He just had the nice play. How about that?
Yeah, that was a nice job. That was a nice job there by him, just playing, not playing as deep as he can, not getting sucked in on any play action or just trying to run up there. Just kind of let that ball kind of come underneath him, and then the important thing is he started coming toward his sideline, and everybody, we all kind of train it as football coaches. You kind of just say when we get an interception, we want to try to return that thing up our sideline so everybody knows how to turn and block. And great job there. And now we're just gonna start seeing more and more of the reserves for Minot North come in here and get some playing time here tonight.
Big man checking in the game here is number 77, Colden Hale. Colden making his way onto the field here, but it's going to be under quarterback. New leadership here. Xander Clean. Xander under center, I formation. He's going to hand off to a brand new fullback. Ooh, takes a big lick there. Nice hit by number 77. That is Zane Thurman. Thurman just a sophomore for the Rough Riders. That was a big one. But a nice carry by Gavin Gathman.
Yeah, he got spun around there and he got introduced.
He did.
Red River defender introduced himself to him but no, that's it's like I said, it's good experience for these guys to get out here on a Friday night when they normally play JV or JV ball on different nights and get out here in front of everybody and get some stuff on film so they can go back now and they can see themselves on film and see what they can do to improve.
Little reverse action here, sniffed up right away. Helmet goes flying, but a nice play there by the Jack Matson, the senior, 5'9", 170. Wasn't fooled at all. Good job there by Jack. Helmet went flying off Ray Lewis style. I'm with you on the Vikings. I like J.J. McCarthy in the second half, and then I had to laugh on before I came up here. Was getting some food, and I was on Twitter, and I was looking at some Viking fan pages, and they had a song. And it went like this: J.J. McCarthy, he's the real deal. And so that's the new song they're going to be playing in Viking land. We'll see, 1-0. Green Bay looks good, though.
Yeah,
I'd be worried.
Green Bay looks good. As much as I hate to admit that Green Bay is good, they're looking like they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Rough Riders get a big sack here. One of the kids on the play was number 34. That's Brennan Johnson, another sophomore. So I know we say some young players getting some time here for Minot North, but also Red River getting some young kids in there and not giving up. I mean, they're playing well defensively.
No, that's the thing you try to tell these guys. It's like, the scores. The score's pretty much it is what it is.
Yeah.
The outcome is probably already determined, but we still have 4 minutes left to play. You need to go out and play like this thing is
Show us what you got.
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly.
Punt team out here for Minot North. Nice punt, end over end though. Calling out red from up here. They'll let it bounce. Takes a few nice bounces down at the 24-yard line. We'll take a short break. 3:32 to go in the ball game. Sentinels 45, Red River 14. We'll be back with some more action here from First Western Bank Field.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
We got a carry here. Carry on the play was by number 34 for Red River. That's Brennan Johnson again. So not only did he make a nice play defensively, Brennan getting some time here on offense. Reese Walters still in at quarterback here for the Rough Riders. Join the backfield with Brennan Johnson. Goes out to the side here. Nice catch. Way to make a move there by Mo Karam. Kamara, excuse me, like Alvin Kamara for the Saints there. How's your fantasy team doing?
Well, I lost week 1 by 2 points. I needed either a Dunze or Jefferson to get me one more catch in that Monday night game, and I would have won. But the family one that Zach's a part of, I ended up winning that week. So
nice.
So I'm pretty happy so far. I haven't abandoned all hope yet.
Speaking of happy, Minot North fans very happy here. Their home team showed up and showed out. Walters here. A little quarterback keeper gets the first down and more. Nice carry there for about 14 yards. 2:20 and counting left in the football game. Well, Corey's gearing up to head down to the field to talk with not only our winning coach, but also our Sports Clips player of the game. Make sure to tune in for that. I always enjoy that, Corey. You do a great job. Walters looks over to his right. It's going to be completed by Noah Lawson-Bodie. Or it's incomplete, excuse me. He was looking for Noah. It's going to be at the 38-yard line here. 2nd and 10. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Walters takes the snap, looking, throws to Dosh. Goes in between Dosh's hands, and there you go. Gets it to Mo Kamara. Very close to a first down, might be a yard short. So it went through Dosh's hands and right into Noah Lawson-Bodie's hands. First down for Grand Forks Red River. Clock is still running. Walters looking, dissecting, tries to get it again over to Bodie. Nobody home there on the curl route, so it's going to be 2nd and 10 for Grand Forks Red River. Appreciate everybody joining us here on PSP Network. We're going to have volleyball coming for you here Thursday. It's going to be very exciting. Got to call my first volleyball game 2 weeks ago. It was a very good time down at Legacy against Minot High. Minot High won that one. And last night we had the battle for the Magic City. Minot North versus Minot High. And Minot High was able to come up with the victory. Minot North's got a nice volleyball team, though. And speaking of nice, look at this. Reese Walters going up the middle. Gains of 9 yards. 1 yard short of that first down marker. 25 seconds left. 3rd and 1 for Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. We're going to come up short tonight. Still a lot of season left. Minot North Sentinels are going to improve to 3-0. looking good so far. Coach Holman's got the kids playing well. How about this move by Body? Body making a move into the inside, cuts it all the way up to the 27. So good job there by Noah Body, the junior. And that will be your ball game. Sentinels looked good early. Got some simple things to clean up, but so far, number one in the state will stay at number one in the state with a convincing victory here from First Western Bank Field, 45-14 over Red River. We'll be back with our post-game show and a word from our winning coach Holman and our player of the game. Stay tuned, folks. You're not going to want to miss this.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Welcome back to our post-game show brought to you by our good friends at Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shaw's Crossroads. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business success, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online today at planningteam.com. And also, a place I love to eat at here in Minot, North Dakota, Shaw's Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. Order online today at shotscrossroads.com. Shaw's Crossroads get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Order online today at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. And also Sports Clips, they're going to bring you our player of the game. The MVP of this matchup, Sports Clips, they're the home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing, I mean nothing, comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sports Clips. We're going to hear from tonight's MVP just shortly as our color guy tonight, Corey McIver, is finding his way on the field to talk to our winning head coach, Holman. And we shall see who we talked about to get the Sports Clips MVP. Corey's just waiting for Coach Holman to make his way up. But what a convincing victory we had tonight from Minot North, who in the first half had a few nice drives. We saw Blickery, the quarterback, have a few misses, but he made money on a few of those makes because he hooked up a few times with Jack Juanetz. Not to mention some of those tight end releases. There, Corey just met up with Coach Holman. We're going to have a little talk here, and Coach Holman's actually going to go talk to some of his teammates, but we'll stick to it here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. We appreciate everybody that made tonight possible, one of them being BNC National Bank, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They had the pregame show. First International Bank, they sponsored all the timeouts. Ryan Family Dealership, they had your instant replay tonight. Serve Pro, they did our red zone. So everybody that had fun tonight, I'm sure I try to say this as much as I can, but we greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in to PSP. We're going to take a short break. We just got word that Coach Holman's going to go talk to the team, and then he'll be back. So stick with us here on our Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shaw's Crossroads postgame show.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
In times of loss, ServPro brings hope. With expertise in Minot and Bismarck, we don't just restore homes, we rebuild lives.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany? Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Sun Manufacturing is hiring exceptional welders, carpenters, assembly technicians, and coating technicians. If you're right for Sun, Sun is right for you. Since 1939, we've been making quality equipment and parts for the oil field and beyond. We're world-class.
You've worked hard, saved well, and invested wisely. Whether it's paying for a child's education, taking the family trip you've dreamed of, giving back to the community, or funding a confident retirement, we can help you reach your goals. We are passionate about helping you make smart decisions about your spending and saving so you can feel confident about the future while enjoying life today. Together, we can design a personalized plan that takes into account your short and long-term needs and wants, but is flexible enough to adjust as your life changes.
Hi, Carson.
What's up, guys?
What you doing?
Just helping out with the local food drive, looking for some more donations. What are you guys up to?
We're helping too. Look what we collected.
Well done. That's the spirit.
That says we're building character.
You guys are characters, all right.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Giving back to the community is one of the guiding principles at First Western Bank.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Welcome back to our post-game show brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. We got Corey McIver down on the field. Still waiting for Coach Holman. Here comes Coach Holman jogging out. So again, if you're just joining us, it was Minot North over Grand Forks Red River, 45-14. Excellent job by all parties involved. Coach McIver and our Sports Clips MVP are getting into their position here. Really looking forward to this one. We'll send it down to Corey McIver.
All right, thanks, Dallas. I'm here with Cooper Chick, the MVP of the game for PSP Sports. Cooper, nice job setting the tone early with that interception and then just taking care of the football and running the ball. How's it feel as a running back? How's it feel running behind that offensive line of yours?
Feels great. I mean, I have a great offensive line right out there. Like, great blocks, great holes, being able to find them. Awesome job by the O-line.
Yeah, it seems like you guys, it doesn't matter who's back there in the backfield. It could be you, it could be Berg, any of those guys, just being able to run the football, set the tone offensively. But then defensively, the Red River's having some big plays early on, and you were able to get that interception there early and kind of squash that momentum there and then go down and run. What's it like knowing that, defensively, hey, you can give up some big plays every once in a while, but when you need to, you can step up and get a stop?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, we all played hard, all 11 to the ball, being able to get there, not letting big plays get to our heads, just being able to really flip the tone, on a quick notice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice playing in front of these, the hometown fans here and the support you get, and I know not a whole lot of rest for the Wicked, getting ready for Fargo North coming in here next week. Going to be a good game. What kind of things are you looking for, or have you had a chance to look at film at all, or just things you kind of anticipate seeing next week?
Well, they're a really downhill physical team, just like us, and yeah, we just have to be smash mouth football, play as hard as we can.
All right, well, sounds good. Hey, enjoy this one for a little bit. Be ready to go here next week. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, I have Coach Holman come over. Coach, nice job, good win. It's always nice to win at home, being on the road the last couple weeks. What's it like coming out and having the stands here with these fans? And I know I was here last year a lot for your home games. What's it like playing in an atmosphere like this?
Yeah, it's a special place. There's no place like Sentinel Stadium. Our supporters are awesome. And our kids feed off their energy for sure. We're still focused on what we're trying to do, but yeah, the atmosphere here is very fun.
Yeah, it seems like you've set a culture here as far as the style of play you like. You like to line up and say, hey, we're going to run the football. You just, it's your job to stop us, and there hasn't been a whole lot of teams that have been able to do that. What kind of things going forward would you like to see more on, with especially offensive line play or just offense in general? What kind of things are you looking for?
I mean, we're going to run the ball, and it's easy to get one-dimensional at times. So you saw some play action stuff today that worked. But when the time comes, we're going to play some teams that stop our run. So we have to continue to get ready to be able to spread things out, throw the ball around. We got athletes on the edge that we need to get the ball to a little bit more. But if the run's working, we're going to stick with it.
Defensively, I thought you guys played pretty well. You gave up some big plays early on. With Red River's good. They like to get the ball out quick, like you guys do offensively. So defensively, what kind of adjustments, if any, did you make? In the second half going forward, or what kind of things do you think defensively going forward are you going to have to kind of focus on a little bit?
To be honest, Corey, I don't watch much of the D during the game because I'm thinking about the O. But Coach Rudolph, he does a great job of just making small tweaks that we need. Their quarterback play was pretty good tonight when 13 was in the game. He's a very good athlete. So they have different packages that gave us a little bit of trouble early, and our kids did a good job of adjusting and figuring out what are they going to do when they're in this formation. And that's a testament to them and their prep. They're in the classroom studying film all the time. So well done for them.
Yeah, well, good. Well, enjoy. I'm not going to let you stay here any longer. Enjoy the win. Good luck. We all know, hey, tomorrow morning we're going to be looking at film, or maybe even looking at film tonight, getting ready for Fargo North next week. So good job, and we'll see you here next week.
Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it.
All right, back up to you, Dallas.
Excellent job there, Corey, on both those interviews. You heard from our Sports Clips MVP. That was Cooper Chick. Appreciate Sports Clips bringing you that performance. And tonight's Magic City home leisure move of the game is going to go to Josiah Jacquinette, who was definitely a game changer on multiple, we're going to call it the Magic City home leisure moves of the game. They go to Josiah Jacquinette, whether it was on any of those reverses, any of the slant passes, the fade passes. Josiah was definitely someone to deal with, and a player we'll be watching. He's a senior this year, 6'1", 185, but Josiah did a fantastic job on all of those Magic City home leisure moves of the game. Speaking of Magic City home leisure, are you looking for a hot tub? Winter's coming. Nothing beats a hot tub in the snow. It's time to bring a spa to your home. Stopping at Magic City Home Leisure, that you will find what you need for that missing piece They're right there on Broadway. That's Magic City Home Leisure. Appreciate Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads for providing this post-game show. Also, a quick shout-out to Moonlight Home Improvement for that halftime show. And also, the Pigskin Preview, Farstead Oil, BSN, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Planet Pizza, the UPS Store, Minot State University. ServPro gave you the Red Zone. Instant Replay was brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Timeouts brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Your pregame show was by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, and the scoreboard was brought to you by BNC National Bank. It's getting late here. We're going to pack up, head up, and we will see you next week right here on PSP Network. Appreciate you all joining us. My name is Dallas Sanson. Appreciate Logan having the camera, and also Corey McIver, my color commentator, and doing an excellent job with those interviews. Thank you for joining us from the bottom of our heart at the whole company from PSP Network. We will see you next week for volleyball, soccer, and don't forget, football. Thank you, and enjoy your evening.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your